Okay, I think just to clarify, I'm using StreamYard because if my laptop decides to randomly disconnect me, I can just reconnect. Can you guys hear me though? That's my question. Is it working? Is it working? Nope. Okay. Okay. Loud and clear. Perfect. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Smoutzy, Dodo, Neo J, Calcium, Small Child. It's been a little bit, and I am out of little vomit comment. You just commented not too long ago. I remember you. Base Spartan, the buns. Oh, by the way, everyone, the profile picture I'm using is from the buns. Let me go ahead and grab her Twitter really quickly. But I'm only using StreamYard in case my laptop decides to shut off midway, and then I can rejoin. Because if not, it'll shut the whole stream down. I think. Rise from your grave. Hello, everyone. Hi. There you are. Huzzah. It has been a while. Ray Kaz, hi. I'm slow with art right now, so the PNG tuber is slow. I get it. You know, I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush. I'm not going to rush you. It's free stuff that you're making for me, so I am not going to rush you by any means. I appreciate it a lot. Can I? There we go. That is Bun's Twitter. Sundrop Witch, hi. Hi. Um, I got to remember to use all these features. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. All right. 40. Okay. All right. All right. Immediately, the second I set the goal, someone does a donation, but it didn't count. Damn it. Okay. Small child with a 49.99, $50 says you already knew this was gonna happen. Thank you. I appreciate it. $50 though. That's a little a little crazy, but I appreciate it. People have money. They got jobs. Are you on your unemployed arc, Dodo? Let's go. Yeah, like the baby meme. I remember that. Let's go. Hi, Bowser. Hi. Hello, the sudden demise. I know that I made some videos that are not my usual Zoomer time. Even worse, I'm on my slander arc. Oh, where people say the most fictional. Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. You're always gonna have people like that, though. I think you were talking about how you had like a Kiwi Farms thing going on there, and yeah, that's your FD response was peak. Thank you, thank you. I honestly thought the response was better than my initial segment on FD. Jim from Discord, hello, hello. Yes, hello, chat, hello, hello, Calcium. But I thought the response to FD was better than the like 10-15 minute segment that I had on him. Thoughts on the Purple Sacramentan drama from late 2025? Ooh, okay. Well, let me pop that up real quick. I can do that. I keep forgetting I can do that. No, that's the wrong comment. Oopsie daisies. There we go. Ah, so I had seen Purple Sacramentan in my comment section on and off. What's up, my goat, director Kurosawa? Hi. So I had seen Purple Sacramento on and off in my comment section, and initially I thought it was like a bit that he was doing, the "I'll hack you" thing. I thought it was like a bit that he was like, one of those kind of like the calcium account. Like the calcium account has a bit, um, and so he would like talk about hacking people jokingly and post a video, and I just assumed, okay, he's just having fun with it, and I did not know everything before that. I knew he had some kind of beef with Dark Science because he had referenced it himself in a couple of my comment sections. But I the other stuff, the Gilded's video that Gilded showed, I when Gilded initially told me about it, I didn't like. I assumed it was a bit, and so finding out that it was in fact not a bit, and that this guy would like create accounts to fake interactions with himself, I I'm trying to remember what I told Gilded about this guy's pursuit of, was it Rosa? Was he pursuing Rosa? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was pursuing Rosa. Legends say that the Purple Sacrament is into some beefy black men. Okay. The FD video is funny to me because he wasn't even the focus of your initial video. Dude saw himself in your video and felt the urge to respond. I have no issue with him responding, even though like some people interpreted that as my problem. Um, I thought it was interesting that he took the time to respond to it despite calling it drama slop. Not that that's bad, okay? Because I enjoy the back and forth. I do. And he wasn't, in comparison to his audience, he wasn't that bad. And out of all the response videos I've gotten, like, you got the fuchsia butter stuff, you got the Mad Lib stuff, like, out of all the response videos I've been given, like, it was okay. Hi, I don't know how to pronounce that. Lux? I think Call Me No covered in Purple Sacrament. Maybe. What happened to the Cloud Palace after Susie was ousted from the community? I don't know how much I can say, and I also don't know how much I know. But what I will say is, from what I do know, the the SEC is pretty much dead in the water. Some people want to bring it back, but it's a husk. Actually, and that's interestingly enough because someone came to my FD response video that was very obviously an SCC member, mind you. Very obviously. You can go and find the comment yourself. If you go to the FD response video um, and you click newest, you'll find the comment that it's under. It's one of the persons accusing me of being upset that FD simply responded. And you go into the thread, and this person dropped this massive I think their name was like college dropout essayist or something like that. That was their alt. But it very obviously, as you read it, like it becomes very crystal clear that this individual was an SEC member. I would guess Neko Koda, based on their like very vague reference to some 2022 shit. That was my assumption. And if it's not Coda, probably Alexander's Worldly Voice, which no one's going to know who that name is because the guy kept leaving and coming back under new names. But if you go back to my older videos, you'll find what Alexander's issue with me was. And he's even referenced in the FCK Maxim because the dude literally left. He did an interview with me, and then the questions, he wasn't getting the answers that he wanted. So he kept trying to force the questions into getting that specific answer. And when that just wasn't working, he he put together some video about it that was like jumping to conclusions and came back later on an alt using a voice changer just for me again. But whatever. Did you hear about the whole guy having a Cheyenne shirt Twitter drama? No, I don't know what that's about. Um, oh, wrong comment. Do you think the internet is in a dire state? I predicted April 2027 is when the internet dies. I don't know. I don't think it'll die. I think people are either have too much fun on it or just kind of live on it. Death Cab, loud and clear. You can tell it's an SCC person with the amount of sophistry piled into that one reply. Oh yeah, yeah. Like they do the same thing of throwing around logical fallacies that they don't understand. Want a chocolate lollipop, Akumu? Got some from Easter. I've never had a chocolate lollipop. I've had a lollipop, but not a chocolate lollipop. And you're not supposed to take strange candy from strangers. People were claiming that the character from that time I was reincarnated was a yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm lost on that. Doodles did the same thing the entire FCK video, immediately tried to hop into the VTuber community. Well, I mean, come on now. Like you can count. Oh, hold on. A small child with a $20. Okay, all right, we've reached 70 now. Okay, actual question. How are we feeling about Falgie in the thumbnail Beckett used for his recent stream? And I'm glad you liked the fan art I made you on X. Speaking of that fan art, let me go throw it into the stream chat so people can go take a look at it. It's this sticker. It's got me in a very dapper outfit with a vest and a red tie. Let me grab that real quick. Now, I've seen people reference this thumbnail. Can someone tell me hi Portabella, hi. Here is small child's fan art. I've yet to see it. What is the video's title? What is the video's title? And I will find and I'll take a look at the thumbnail because I'm gonna be honest with you all. I've been very out of the loop with the Beckett Falgie. I've only heard stuff about it in my server. Oh, the Opblock stuff, dude. It's been a wild 2 weeks. Okay, Dead Reckoning 22.3 with $5. Thank you very much. Says, I wonder what the fuck Sean Doodletones is doing in Colorado. I wonder, still mooching off his grant. I don't know. I don't know. Supposedly Doodles is going to therapy. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. I cannot verify that, so please take that with quite a grain of salt. But supposedly, yes, great fan art. But yeah, so maybe some therapy going on there. I don't know. You kind of can't really tell with these people. I'm going to be honest because their track record, and it's not like I want to like forever hold this over their head. Like that's not something I want to do. But at the same time, it's like, it's something that they buried for years. Making a game, there was some kind of server thing that Doodles was hiding in, and then people joined the server and tried to bring up what Doodles had done, and they were like, no, we don't want that here, and banned people. But I mean, how many of them? You got like, let's see here. How many of them have ran to VTubing? You've got Ellie Momelli who ran to VTubing, but not as egregious as the others. You've got Toasty who ran to VTubing. You've got Heat and Mitsuru who ran to VTubing. Doodles who's now ran to VTubing. And the reason why is, I mean, VTubing is a very similar community. Leet Bricks. Oh, I eat bricks for lunch. Oopsie daisies. Says with a $2. Thank you very much, by the way. Why do people still support Lyall? He's vile. I guess people view him as a changed man. I yes, Leet. I said Leet. Yeah. I'm not in that loop. Like, occasionally, Lyall will send me a meme. I think the most recent one he sent me was a Goku meme, something about his arms, something like that. His arms are getting skinnier, but I think it's that people think that Lyall's changed and want to be fair to him, and they don't want to be, I guess, hung up over what happened, which is crazy. It's almost 2 years, by the way. Someone let me know that like, what was it, yesterday or a couple days ago, and I'm like, it hit me. It's been 2 years since that whole thing. Dead Reckoning with another 5 says, oh yeah, Sean was trying to make himself a VTuber for Reddit stories as Don tells stories or something, and his weeb hand got caught in the cookie jar. Yeah, people caught on pretty quick. People caught on pretty quick. And here's the thing. Doodles has, I'm going to be honest here, I'm going to say it. Doodles has no right to complain about people like keeping track with that, because Doodles had no problem and was actively keeping track of other people that had moved on to other social medias. Like that was a common thing. That's another thing about the Cloud Palace. To circle back to that question about the Cloud Palace, what happened to the Cloud Palace is, from what I know and have been told, um, the hypocrisy was utterly rampant. Yes, I do need a new PC, and I am saving up. I do have money put back for it, but other things um, have gotten in the way of that. Fixing the car. Okay, it's a Honda for reference, and um, also helping friends out where I can. I think, what was it? I'm trying to remember the. It was a couple days ago that I did that. I'm trying to remember now. Fuck. Sorry, I'm having a lot of brain fog today. I did not have a great. I woke up, did not have a great morning. Portobello Mushroom with a $5 says, recently got a PC upgrade. Here's a bump for yours one day. Thank you, thank you. It is going to be this year, guaranteed. Artemis 2 just came back to Earth. No way. You know what? I'll say it. I'll say this. I'll say this for a donation. I will say it. I will do it. And you guys might hear my dog snoring. Aku Mobile. Hey, Akum, have you watched Mr. Asian Pie? No, I don't know what that is. No, I don't. I don't know what that is. It is a Civic. It is a Civic. Kind of reliable, kind of not. I have some opinions on it. Um, Although I must be honest, I haven't done much work on Hondas as a whole. What I have done has been on Chevy, Ford, Dodge. I hate Dodge, and Volkswagen one time, but that was like a nothing burger of a job. So Akuma has 8 months to fulfill this promise. Okay, I think I can do it in 8 months. Puppy? What kind? No, no, she is not a puppy. She's not a puppy. Uh, I tend to be pretty careful about personal details, but it's she's what she's a mix between two different Black Lab and Cane Corso. There we go. Finally. Got a Mercury Grand Marquis. That 4.6 liter is a great engine. Yeah, I don't know much about that one. I can help you catch up. Please do. Whatever. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Is it Copenhagen? Let me see if it's on the recent video, the thumbnail. I want to see what you guys are talking about, because this is like the second or third time someone's brought up this thumbnail to me. I heard predator hunters are still a thing. I'm really surprised that we still have so-called predator hunters on the internet when there shouldn't be. I have mixed feelings on that. I think the problem is a lot of them have like really fucked shit up. Since you're talking cars, what's a good starting car for a new driver, you think? You don't want my opinion. You don't want my opinion. Trust me, you don't want my opinion. I am not that knowledgeable. Okay, I've done a couple of things here and there, and I'm not that knowledgeable. Okay, I hear that I'm constantly told, and I constantly run into info on a Toyota Tacoma. If you want a reliable truck, the older Toyota trucks apparently are good, but don't take my word on that. I would heavily look into that. Again, I am way out of my league on that. Okay, there's the silver Indeed 20-hour long slog, which backfired on them. The only thing I remember that, by the way, I tried to watch some of it, and the only thing that I remember is the skit that she did, where she was like, the perfect victim doesn't like self-harm. And it's like, what? Who's making that argument? Who's making that argument that victims don't self-harm? Or the perfect victim doesn't have substance abuse? And it's like, no, victims tend to get into substance abuse. No one is like, it is very, you're gonna have to find some window lickers, okay? like back of the bus window lickers, saying that victims don't like resort to self-harm or um, hypersexuality or substance abuse. Like that was like the dumbest fucking skit. I get the whole point with sarcasm, but when you're using sarcasm to respond to absolutely nothing, but like a room temperature IQ take that very few people take seriously, what is your point? Let alone like, why would you record yourself getting back shots or even fake getting back shots for a skit? Like, I don't know. I don't know. She really thought she was cooking with that. Dead Reckoning 22-3 says with a 5, thank you again. Dude had been hiding behind Medicare for years, only for Lyall to point out Sean gave himself that. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I didn't know about that, and it wasn't even Lyall that pointed that out. By the way, it wasn't even Lyall. Someone in my server, and I passed it to Lyall and everyone else because I was immediately blown back by it. Okay, so this is an All My Demons, original. Okay, someone on my server was digging through Doodles' old posts and found that the nickname was on a post before the whole stuff with Metacrit even happened. It was crazy. Yes, W Akumu server members. Yeah, they have done some interesting research in there. Yeah, I watched Donnie's partners and friends all devastated over that. Which Donnie is that? Because there is a Donnie in the SCC that like I have barely interacted with, who apparently has a massive hate boner for me. So I don't know. And if it's the same Donnie I'm thinking of, because you said Donnie's partners and friends, one of Donnie's partners is Dragon Knight KX. Yeah, I remember that guy. My engine went out in the middle of the highway. I thought I was dead. I had to ask my dad to come get me and drive me the rest of the way to work. Ooh, Donnie Animation. That guy used to be friends with him. Sadly, I'm trying to keep up. Okay, well, we have certainly got more than 5 donations. So, what do you guys want me to react to? Hmm? What do you guys want me to react to? This is why Kias suck. Yes, I consistently hear a lot of bad stuff about Kias. That I will second that. Never trust a Kia Soul. Yep, it's always the Kia Soul. Always the Kia Soul. Low key Gila's video on Susie was fire. Okay, all right. So we have the Cindy Bear apology. We have Gila's video on Susie. Someone sent him slop to react to. Okay, yeah, hit me with that slop. All right. If you want me to react to some slop. I'm trying to find the Falgie thing real quick for you guys because you guys brought it up. Is it the live stream? Oh, hold on. I think I found it. I think I found it. Is it the goodbye, the Copecast, the end of Op Block, referencing Susie Doodle? Is that what it is? Is that what you guys were talking about? The very obvious Doodle tones inspired, thumbnail of like leaving. Show you the thumbnail for sure. Falge's response. We can react to that. Does the video talk about the situation in detail? I haven't seen any of the Falgie stuff yet. Okay. Well, I don't know where to start here. I'm gonna be honest. Did you know that Epstein's responsible for? I saw something about that. Yeah, he was emailing someone at Activision or something like that. Briefly addresses it. God, Susie's so fucking funny. Hold on, all right. Uh, hanging up the blades of chaos. Zeus, you will not deny me my doobie. That's the first thing that comes to mind with Kratos, or his in the newer games when he says "boy." The rest are 3.5 hours straight. Ooh, oh my. Okay. All right. So it's either we look at Gila's Susie video or Falgie's response to the situation. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking here? We're not going to watch the entire thing, by the way. Unless if it's 3 hours, there's no way. I'm sorry, but like I I'm not feeling horrible, but I'm not feeling great. Falgie response, I haven't seen it. Gila's Falgie response, I come seeking the weed of Olympus. Yeah, Becky covered it all when it happened live. Yokuma has it hanging, dude. Pretty decent. I mean, you know, up and down. Not worth really complaining about. FD signifier looks like a face bank. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But his comment section was funny. Like all of them were assuming I was white to then immediately go to like insults on race, and I was like, hold on now, you guys are supposed to be the progressive people. We all know if I randomly, out of nowhere, out of pocket, just decided to start bringing up FD signifier's race to insult him, like they would have a problem with it. We all know that, and yeah, I thought that was funny. Grinding some Warframe before I have D&D. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Warframe, but I have played D&D twice. The Falgie vid is 6 minutes. Okay, well, you know, we can watch it. Oh, please, 3 hours is baby numbers compared to your videos. That is facts. That is facts. I'm not even saying 3 hours is egregious. I want to be very clear on that, okay? 3 hours is not egregious. I've done 3, 4, I think even 5, and obviously you have the Maxim, my what is the term? Piece de resistance, something like that around there. That's like 9 hours. So, I'm not complaining that it's 3. I'm just saying I don't want to sit down and only watch that on stream. Yes, edgy white Aaron Yeager fanboy. That's what it was. Because you know they didn't actually watch the video where I make fun of Aaron and then criticize him. Maybe the edgy white boys were the friends we made along the way. Yes, let us all unite. I got hooked on it again after a 2-year. I can never pronounce that word right. Is it hiatus? Hiatus? After my first time playing was with a really shitty clan. My current one with my friends keeps me motivated. Magnum opus, yes. Oh, small child with another 20. Oh my. Updog, why are my friends and people I know all sick? Ugh, I've been going through too, so here you go. Also, Goat Catto made a response. Okay. Goat Catto response, Falgie video. Which one are we talking about here? Which one are we getting into? I'll touch on the Goat Catto stuff a little bit. I really don't want to, but you guys have been donating. It's your call, all right? I'll touch on it if you want me to. Akumu popping domain will be fire. Are you referencing your art piece? We can see your chat, Bowser. Oh, okay. I was Goat Catto response. Oh my. What did Goat respond to? I have no idea. I would assume that interpersonal friendship beef stuff that was coming, which that's another. I guess I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Goat Catto hearted a comment from some 17-year-old talking about their diaper. Oh my, that's true. Um, ooh. Then out of guilt for what is with everyone and trying to get me to watch JJK? There's like 3 or 4 people trying to do that. I haven't touched it either, Smeltsy. We are twins on this one. But yeah, Goat Catto vid is 7:30. You know what? We'll watch the Goat Catto vid. You know, we can do both. If Falgie's video is short and Goat Catto's video is short, why don't we just do both, right? JJK is for Jujutsu Kaisen. It's anime weep slop stuff, okay? There's a couple weebs here. I am one. I do dabble in some weeb stuff. I mean, the most recent videos are obvious of that. Both are under 10 minutes. Do you watch Invincible? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I am so lonely. I am a victim of my own success. Set up new goal. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, hold on. Are you planning to make a video? That's so. Tell me if you guys are interested in this. Years ago, I made a video on My Hero because the fan base lost their mind. They were lost their mind. Well, now like now everyone knows that fan base, so you got to be thinking, well, what was it this time? What did it? Was it the fact that the author had yet to make their gay fantasies uh, canon, or was it that he didn't draw um, his the female bodies were not diverse enough? That was another instance that they bullied him over. Or was it when they went at him because the anime studio had made a certain character's breast larger? Well, no. This time it wasn't any of that. It wasn't any of that. It was when I covered it, at least they had doxed his house and were threatening to beat him up, and were losing their minds because a character who is a villain, by the way, the evil doctor that works with my goat all for one. Okay, the evil doctor. His name dared to reference Unit 731, and that was enough to, because they demand that Japan needs to recognize their history and war crimes. And then when Japan does that, whether it be in stories like Attack on Titan or the name referencing a villain's name who's an evil doctor who experiments on people and turns them into mutant monsters, who gets arrested, by the way, and is working with the big bad villain who's basically the story Satan. His name referencing something evil and atrocious like that was enough to set many people. It twisted a lot of panties. Um, China, for example, got really in their feels about it, which is really funny. It's like, you want to talk about uh, uh, crimes against humanity? All right. So that's the video I'd covered before. Now I was thinking about doing another video. Exactly. Here's the thing though. The name referenced both the main character Izuku. It referenced the other main villain, Shigaraki, and it referenced Unit 731. It was a perfect name because it connected to what the Doctor is as a person and his role in their lives. But that was not okay. You're not allowed to do that. The fucking jar incident lives in my head rent free. What jar incident? The fans forcing their fan fiction of Image A or not. It's not just My Hero, by the way. Those same exact people got into Tokyo Ghoul and lost their mind when Kaneki lost his virginity to Toka. Which, mind you, like since the get-go, they had been setting up Toka and Kaneki from like the beginning of the first series. But then they because their gay fan fiction was not made into reality. They lost their mind. They went rabid. They went rabid. Like the My Hero Bakugo blood thing. I'm gonna need you to be specific on that one. To be fair, Japan had a weird thing for Nazis when they put them in animes, like the original Fullmetal Alchemist or Hellsing Ultimate. There were online articles talking about it. Yeah, I mean, it's that they're in Europe, or at least partially, around Europe, and also Japan was allied with the Nazis. But also, Full Metal Alchemist very clearly shows that the fascist government is bad, and that the abuse of science for war is bad. So the people that point to they're wearing Nazi uniforms and they're fascist and they have a Fuhrer, it's like, yeah, they're literally a country made, by the way, by basically Satan, so that he can sacrifice like millions of lives. Fun fact. So I don't know why people ignore that tidbit. You mean a country made by the villain? They're all dressed like the villains? Hey, Kumu, glad to see you actually live. Pretty wild, actually. Been a fan since the Peaches stuff. Love your stuff. Wow, okay, well, I appreciate it. Yes, I do. I do. Because I have a love-hate relationship with it. Very, very love-hate relationship with it. All right, now let's react to the Goat Catto video, then we'll react to Falgie's response. I gotta pull this up. Goat Catto. Addressing things. Did they change YouTube's layout, I don't know, this looks different. I don't know why it looks different. This is odd. I don't recall it looking like this at all. At least not earlier. Vote? What do you mean vote? Sorry, I quit paying attention to the chat for a second just to try and pull the video up, but what are we talking about here? What's going on? What's going on? Link. Crybully's really desperate to subjugate others for silly and made-up reasons. Pretty much. Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna try not to get started on my hero. I'm gonna try. No, I have the video pulled up. I don't need the link. I have the video pulled up. It's just like normally the video is the layout of YouTube is not the same as I'm used to. But let's see here. Excuse me. I have not used StreamYard in a little bit. I got to figure out what I'm doing here. Present. Share screen. Okay. Okay. I think I figured it out. Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah. All right. Well, let me see if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? Okay. So far, it looks like you guys can see it. All right. Fantastic. The A in Alex was taken by Akumu. Let me go to the video here. Let's do this. Can you guys hear it? That's the real question. Because I have a headset on. I don't know if all the audio is going into the. Where's people getting this idea I'm old? You can hear me. Like people keep telling me this, and oh, Alex, hi, Alex, hi. Alex is in chat. Everyone say hi to Alex. He's doing an awesome. He's been doing a stream on Pokemon. A Nuzlocke was the term. He's been doing a Nuzlocke stream, and it's actually pretty interesting. Even though he got my my Bidoof killed, he got me a Bidoof, and then he got it killed. Okay, I'm not happy about that, but yeah, I don't know where people are getting this idea. You can hear me over time, you know, like you can hear my voice change. You're not old, your balls just yeah, exactly. Well, I think from what a lot of people say, okay, maybe I'm wrong here, but it could be that I occasionally struggle with some things, and so they're like, oh, he's old because of that, because maybe they don't struggle with that. I don't know. Okay, yeah, all right. We're just gonna react to the video. Oh boy, Lyall. You know what? Okay, I can respect that. That's actually a very good observation she's made. That's a good observation to make, and self-awareness. So. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm starting to remember things. Yeah, I remember something being said about that. Whew. Okay. Yeah, Google Docky. Yeah, that's another thing too, along with a lot of these dramas that have been happening. It's either a lot of interpersonal stuff or you get like Google Dockies left and right. Okay. And what- why am I'm being called? Why am I being called? Hold on. Can I open Discord? That'd be nice. You gonna let me open Discord? That'd be great. Why are you calling me? Like what? You're in the stream chat. Oh, you guys can't hear the video. Okay. 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 Someone, why can you guys not hear the video? Why can you not hear the video? I don't know why you can't hear the video. I don't understand. Maybe I can turn it up? Or maybe it's my stream settings. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, hold on. Ah, okay. All right. I might need tech support. Yeah. Let me go to my settings. Audio. Hmm. General. Here we go. Okay, look, I'm used to not streaming through StreamYard, but I didn't want to take the risk of streaming through OBS and then it having a complete fit. Okay, you know what? Let me try this. We're going to share screen. Yep. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna see if this will do it. How about that? Oh, I have to. Okay, this is my fault. This is my fault. I was supposed to hit the share system audio. That was my fault. I didn't see it at the bottom. I am sorry. I am sorry. Hopefully now you guys can hear it. Hopefully now. Oopsie daisies. Oopsie daisies, chat.
And I need to address some things. Some of you.
Did you hear her? She says, "My name's Goat Catto and I need to address some things." Did you guys hear it? I played it back. I played it back. Can you hear it? Clef says yes. Max says yes. High Calcium says yes. That's 3 yeses. I'm going to play it now. All right. Hi, Topaz. Hi. The death curse has been lifted. Yes, I have lifted the curse. Cash? Cash? No. 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 Banned.
May not be aware of what I'm about to talk talk about, but for context, I got myself into a shitload of drama over the past few months regarding Aiden Underground, some Cupidaddy stuff, and some Lyall Convoy stuff. I wasn't really sure if I should make a video or a stream talking about it and addressing things, but honestly, I feel like a video, whether it revives the drama or not, would probably be the best way to address my fuck-ups and own up to things, because I want to and I also need to. So what happened? So last year, I got myself involved with the whole Cupidaddy, Yummy Cactus, and Junie Draws drama by
This music reminds me of the Wii. It's giving me flashbacks to the Wii for some reason.
Covering the situation through streams, and then after I backed out of covering their situations publicly, I reached out privately to the parties involved. It was never appropriate in the first place to try and even get involved with children's drama, and honestly, it just makes me look like a fucking hypocrite given I was shitting on Ponder for doing the exact same thing. While I can understand her intentions and my intentions with getting involved, I'm not their parent, I'm not their guardian, and
So what I had said earlier was that this is a good moment of self-awareness and acknowledging. So we'll continue.
it was never my place to try and pretend like I could help fix things or try to guide them. It definitely wasn't wise to get involved given just how serious the allegations regarding Cupidaddy were at the time. If you're confused on what I'm talking about the original videos made on Cupidaddy regarding Cupid apparently sending a distorted video of Daisy's destruction to their friend server.
Yeah, that. Whew. Enla in the chat says crucifies others for their own takes only to get crucified for her own take. Classic. Alex says shout out to the Wii owners. Yep. Wii Sports. Yep. Oh, hold on. What's happening here? There we go. Why are my favorite streamers so tech illiterate? Okay. All right. Ban that guy. I know what it is. Oh, you're answering that person. Yeah, it's Daisy's destruction is. Don't go looking it up. Just it's a snuff film, and you don't want to know anything about it more than you have to. Just for clarification. Not worth it. Some things are best left unknown. Okay, GameCube. That's what I'm talking about. I got a GameCube. What game do I have for it? I think it's a 007 game. Yeah. Let's continue.
And trying to figure out what it was. I'm not going to rehash all this here. If you're not familiar with the Cupidaddy situation, there's multiple streams, multiple videos, multiple docs. So I'll link some of those in the description. In my original stream regarding the video being sent to the server, despite stating the fact that it was sent was illegal and bad, I worded myself horribly by calling the situation a nothing burger, essentially downplaying it.
A nothing burger. Very poor choice of words.
And how I thought that it was an accident being blown out of proportion at the time. I was also
I don't know how you accidentally send a distorted version of Daisy's destruction, because to accidentally send it, you have to have it saved.
trying to be nuanced about the situation, but I acknowledge that me trying to be nuanced.
Or someone else sent it to you, and you got the bright idea of sharing it.
About it kind of just ended up coming off as excuses, and I acknowledge that I was majorly blinded and way too fucking charitable towards them given their age and my impression of the situation as it was happening, which was idiotic on my end. Then months after the first situation, a week or so before Junie's newest Cupidaddy document and call-out video was released to the public, I was made aware behind the scenes of new allegations regarding Cupidaddy sending explicit photos of a 13-year-old to their 15-year-old partner, Safari.
Okay. Oh, this is what you guys are having me dive into head first. Okay. Ooh. We can't have sympathy for people we don't like, but we should have sympathy for people I like. Yeah, that's the classic tale as old as the artsy see at this point. They talk about sympathy and empathy, and and nuance, but all those things, right? Those three key words, they only matter when it serves them best. And then when it doesn't serve them best, it goes right out the window. It's like it was never even in the room. And they act like it wasn't. So is now yeah. I was kind of hoping that, let's continue. Let me adjust this really quickly so I'm not bothering you guys. There we go.
I should have just backed out then and there, but I got way too emotionally invested and freaked out. I went to Lyall Convoy for advice, and we both agreed that we should quietly gather information and make reports to the parents and the police.
Listen, me and Lyall don't have our issues, but I still have my trust issues, and he knows that. I'm not saying something that he doesn't know. And I mean, we'll see how this turned out for this.
I thought that I didn't have enough evidence to report at the time, but it turns out that the fact that Cupidaddy confessed in my DMs to sharing those photos with their partner, that was enough. That was enough to.
Can someone tell me the age of this Cupidaddy person? Are they also a minor? Does anyone know the age of this Cupidaddy? Because like, I think she just said that this person shared pornographic images of a 13-year-old. 17 adult now. Okay, well, I mean, given the Daisy's destruction and whatnot, I mean, this is like, I think this is worse than the stuff with Spockter. I can't remember the age gap with Spockter for the life of me. I'm sorry. Will you be covering the rise and fall of the SCC and ACC? I could do a video like that. I could, but I kind of already, in a sense, did a little bit, at least with the Maxim, a little bit. So, okay, we have some interesting beef in the live chat. Some tea developing. The whole Cupid thing was so confusing to me because I had people telling me they were both still a minor and was still sharing. Oh, yeah. He said, she said stuff. That stuff is disastrous. A little big 9 hours. Hey, you know what? That video was only as big as it was because people kept saying that I was taking things out of context, that I was not giving the whole story. So at that point, it reached a point where I was, during the editing process, because I spent like 6 months editing that thing, I was like, I think even Inlo was around there. Oh, hey, hi. I can never pronounce your username on here for the life of me. Scintilantly. I'm going to go with that. But it's Seraphy. Hi, Seraphy, yeah. Maxim like 5 times. I appreciate it. It was like the best 10 hours of my life. I'm glad it was entertaining to you to some degree or informative. But I just reached a point, and I think Inla was around at that time. We talked more often. I was like, I kind of gave up. I was like, I'm just gonna do everything. I'm gonna put everything I can. I'm gonna cram everything into there. But let's get back to this. I don't even know what to call it. The Maxim. I was talking about how we had talked about the Maxim, and you'd helped me with it, and I just decided to just go with 9 hours for the big thing. I broke up that video over the course of a week. That's what I wanted you guys to do, by the way. I just want to be clear because some people seem to think that I had the expectation that I wanted everyone to watch the video all in one go. No. Like, I didn't make it all in one go. I didn't make it all in. I had to do it sporadically, and to maintain sanity. I don't expect people to watch it in one go. Yes, we're going to continue the video. Yeah, sorry.
Report, and I should have reported those messages to Discord given they're a mandated reporter. Failing to report that was a major fuck up on my end, and I will own that. After some discussion, me and Lyall decided that maybe it would be a good idea to have a group chat call with Cupidaddy to have a stern talk with them. But the next morning,
Oh,
when I talked
God.
to Ace about everything that happened, everything
This never ends well. This almost never ends well. I get the sentiment behind it, but it never ends well.
I knew and what we had planned to do, he explained how bad that would have been for all of us. And especially Lyall, given how people will literally just go after him for everything, and how people would most likely try to twist things about the situation to have a go at him. So I backed out, given that, and given the fact that I was way too emotionally invested in it. And I told Lyall to back
Okay. Hold on. What did I just read?
out, given that, and given the fact that I was
You are so raped, bro. Skull, maybe, but yeah. I'm sorry, but just the topic of it, and then suddenly seeing that in there, it was just it threw my brain. But yeah, Lyall call isn't happening without me anyway, so I'm backing out. I still told Cupid I would like to see the evidence of their friend. Apparently, forcing them to screenshot that kid's. Uh, okay. Because I don't know if I buy that LOL. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not buying that either. But I want to see their full side to compare whatever the documentary may have in it.
way too emotionally invested in it. And I told Lyall to back out as well. In all honesty, I shouldn't have gotten Lyall involved. And if I was going to insert myself into this situation in the first place, I shouldn't have brought anybody else into it with me. For those who are curious on where I currently stand regarding Cupidaddy, this is going to sound really mean. And I know that in the past I was majorly sympathetic.
Is it Cupidite or Cupidaddy? Why are we calling this person Cupidaddy? Why are we doing that? Let me read chat. Shut brain. I'm a huge skeptic with things, of course. Not does that thing goes with the flow. Yeah. If they don't have a correlation, it's very rare when you have anything adjacent to this community where people get involved and they know what they're talking about. Just as a rule of thumb. Occasionally, but we've seen time and time again that many people will get involved and they don't take the time to know what they're talking about. And by the way, I've even been literally in that position. I'm saying this from someone who's done that. I'm owning that. One of the Madame video. Sure, I was right at some points, but I was also wrong at certain points. So I'm saying this as someone who's done that. And obviously this situation is not comparable to the Madame stuff. I mean, this is fucking way out there. But you got to be careful with that, because if you're going to make a mess of more things if you don't know what you're talking about. I say this as someone who's literally done that, even though it's not, on something that's not as egregious and severe as things involving CP of 13-year-olds and Daisy's destruction. Oh yeah, Seraphy is selling stuff like that. The I survived the FCK Maxim stickers and I think a shirt, and made Akumu. Yeah. You guys can do that. Seraphy, if you want, you can throw the link in the chat, or if I'll do it for you if you toss it to me. 99% of the time, bringing people in for no reason is to get one side of people to intimidate the opposition. Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah.
To them and their cause, but as I've been digging through things and looking back at things, I think Cupidaddy is a manipulative liar with a pattern of claiming victimhood while disregarding the harm they caused others. I let
No way.
too much sympathy for their age and their own past cloud my judgment. You can acknowledge that someone may have been groomed or victimized, but you can't excuse their actions. You can't excuse them from hurting other people. You can't excuse it with, oh, well, I feel really bad because they're just a little kid. Like, no, that doesn't fucking work. And the last time that me and Cube
See, this needs said more, okay? Because what a lot of people do in the community is they point to what they went through as a justification to just do whatever the fuck they want, even though it has like next to no connection. Or if they're self-aware enough to know that that's why they do it, why do they, they keep doing it in that sense? And it's one thing to just, go, okay. But instead of, it'd be one thing if it was like a self-reflection where they took the L and was like, okay, I know I'm doing this, it's because of this, whatever else. It's another thing when they keep trying to use it as an excuse or to try and shift the conversation over to their trauma. Cough, cough, literally several of the FCK members. In fact, I think the only one that didn't do that, to my shock, by the way, to my shock, was Mad Libs. And maybe Nezzy didn't do that either. I know that Doodles tried it. I know that Peaches tried it. I know that Toasty tried it. Fuchsia Butter tried it. I don't know if ZZ did. I cannot remember if ZZ did, but yes, and yeah, that's exactly, that's how I put it previously. Pathos appeals to manipulate others. We'll be looking at the Falgie response in a moment.
Cupidaddy spoke to each other in DMs was when she came to me about Noodles. Yes, that Noodles, the Ashley's ex-boyfriend UTTP guy, grooming them. In which I just told them to go to the police and make reports and that I can't help them further than that. I'm not in contact with Cupidaddy or any of the other minors involved with the situation, and I have not been since October and November. Lyall Convoy's wife and Aiden. This section is going to be a lot more to the point than the previous one. So for those of you who are unaware of what all happened, back in January, a YouTuber known as Aiden Underground or Aiden Projects apparently got drunk in his Discord server and spammed dox information of Lyall Convoy's wife, such as her face and her job.
Okay, so on this, I've always been, Xena implied Toasty sexually harassed her and influenced her and her apology on Twitter. Okay, thank you for that. So
his public chat. Dox information of Lyall or Aiden.
Okay, so the whole like targeting Lyall's wife thing, I don't know why people keep bringing up Lyall's wife. Like a joke here and there, whatever, but like the dude doxes himself, so yeah, you can make the argument of, well, he shouldn't do that, but he doesn't give a shit. But when you keep bringing up his wife's legal like shit, what's even the point? First off, if you're going to be, why even, like, there's no flex in saying, oh, I have Lyall's docs. He literally, unironically, goes around posting it himself. There's no flex in that. You didn't find anything. Like, that was difficult to find. I mean, he literally waves it around like a flag. Ooh. So that was something that I don't know why people like to flex. That was really stupid. Secondly, I don't know why people are going towards like his wife's info, because I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall her ever being really a part of his videos like that. So I don't know. It's a very weird thing. Kind of gives me a little sense of cowardice. I love my wife, so I put her in danger with me for some internet emotion. You know that there's a fair argument to be made there. There is a fair argument to be made there that he shouldn't be sharing it, even though he is doing it just to spite people that would want to search his info. But there is an argument to be made there that he shouldn't, because he does have a wife. Yeah. When you dox yourself, you put people you know at risk of being doxed as well. That's exactly why I've yet to share my face and any of that stuff, because I know, like, having been on the receiving end of people trying to dox me and dig into my private life, that my family, my brothers, they're they might have to deal with some people upsetty spaghetti with me because I said something that hurt their feelings, and I don't want them dealing with that. I believe she is completely uninvolved by choice, and I don't blame her. Yeah. The only time she was allegedly a part of his content was the statement she made in his apology video, but I kind of don't believe it was her words. Anyway, okay. The thing with the Cupidaddy situation is that people keep excusing it, Daisy's destruction, possession, and distribution, because Cupidaddy is/was a minor. Literally, the FBI does not give a shit. Yeah, I don't know why. See, this goes back into this ass backwards thing with the community, where you do the slightest thing as a kid and it is the end of the world, okay? Then adults do some crazy fuck shit, and it's like, hold on, we need to be understanding of that. Then when a kid does something really fucking like out there, okay, we're talking like child pornography and Daisy's destruction stuff, even if they were a minor at the time. It's like, okay, now we need, baby gloves. And it's like, whoa, hold on. You just treated this other situation like it was like the worst thing ever when it was a nothing burger of you being offended. But this is where you want to make excuses and understand. I don't know. Like, so it is so backwards to me. I don't think I'll ever grasp it. Yeah, that seems to be the mentality. Yeah, is minor equals invincible. And here's the thing too. A lot of people seem to think that don't like me seem to think that that's what they seem to think that I make that argument in the maximum in my videos in the art community, which is not, by the way, at all any point that I make. I even own up to the parts where I'm wrong, or I did something I shouldn't have, or I said something that I regretted and apologized for. Like, but I'm not going to apologize to the community for saying that. I'm going to apologize to the individual for it. But they seem to think that I make that argument of, well, I was a minor, therefore I'm innocent. And I don't know where they've gotten that from, because if they actually, they just don't watch my videos. So I believe kids can have malicious intent even if they're simultaneously victims of the same thing they're perpetuating. It's just far more complex than any Dramasberg is capable of understanding. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Insert title card. The community is owed nothing unless they're victimized personally. All right, let's continue. Let's finish this.
Projects apparently got drunk in his Discord server and spammed dox information of Lyall Convoy's wife, such as her face and her job, in his public chat. I wasn't present for the doxing, but a few hours later I joined call, and I believe it was Dickers who told me.
How do you get drunk? And your idea of being drunk is Lyall's wife. Like, that's what's on your mind when you're drunk? Because like when you're drunk, it's lowering your guard, right? Where you're going to do things you wouldn't normally do, and you're going to entertain thoughts you wouldn't normally. So why is your first thought Lyall's wife? Like, why is that? All right.
About what all happened. The photo that Aiden spread around came from me. So for context on that, a few weeks before the incident, me and Aiden were in a VC and he kept making jokes about having sex with Lyall's wife. I had recently been given a picture.
So this is a consistent thing with Lyall's wife. This is like Aiden had a consistent thing for a little bit, because he's first making jokes about having sex with Lyall's wife. Then when he's drunk, he's obviously thinking about Lyall's wife, and he gets the right idea of putting her info out there. It's just trying to hit at the most vulnerable spot you can think of. Pure pettiness. I'm a very petty individual, and when you're being petty, you got to be careful, because this is something I'm going to be exploring later on, by the way. Like when pettiness just doesn't work out in your favor, and it doesn't work out in your favor when you're being so petty that you're doing absolutely nothing while pretending you're doing something. And that is a problem that a lot of people. There's spite and there's pettiness, and we just know ethical pettiness, Lamau. I wouldn't even call it ethical pettiness, because I did do some things that I look back and I go, maybe that's too far. Like, for example, even though people like on lol cow farms really love talking about my mushroom girl post, okay, from like 2 years ago, that was petty, and I know the point that I was trying to convey, but there was absolutely no need for that. That was a nothing burger of a post. Like that's just the reality. There was no need for it, but I did it. And so at times you got to be careful, because your own pettiness can be your own. It can, like, you'll thwart yourself with your own pettiness if you don't do it right. You gotta really aim it, okay, like a scope. And if you don't, it's just gonna blow up. This is gonna fall apart. Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Her, and I thought it would be quote unquote funny to show Aiden what she looked like. And so I sent the photo of her to his DMs. Now, I never expected Aiden to go on and fucking dox Lyall's wife, but regardless of what I expected, regardless of my intentions behind it, it was still fucked up. Because
I mean, to be fair, I think Lyall's wife's face was at some point already out there before, but still not an excuse, just to clarify. I'm just going based off memory here.
Lyall's wife isn't an online figure. She had nothing to do with this, nothing to do with Lyall's drama, nothing to do with my drama, nothing to do with Aiden and his whole campaign against Lyall. She didn't deserve that, nor did Lyall deserve to have his wife's privacy violated like that, and I am remorseful for that. I don't expect forgiveness for that, but I am sorry, and I do regret it. It won't be happening again, regardless of who it is, what it is, or why or how. You don't play around with people's personal information like that. When the whole situation was first blowing up, I freaked out and I didn't handle myself or what was going on well at all. I ran to other creators, some of which were my friends, and I tried explaining my side of the situation over and over and over. When in reality, I should have just addressed what was going on myself rather than running all over the place, freaking out instead of thinking rationally or being mature about it all. I've chilled out about most of what's happened now, and I'd be lying if I said I'm not embarrassed by my behavior. Especially, oh my god, especially the blood is on your hands shit. But going.
Oh, hold on. I gotta read that.
Especially, oh my god, especially the blood is on you.
Okay. Let's. To be clear, I did not know that there was even going to be a call held today, Sunday. It was all left field and confusing / hurtful learning about everything. Nobody told me or gave me a heads up about any of this other than being sent a document, a Google Docie, in which many misconceptions were made and my arguments twisted by someone who thought it was a nothing burger. Also, the kittens telling me to off myself. If that ever happens because of how badly you twisted this situation, just know the blood falls on your hands. It's very cool to tell someone who left the community to due to their mental health to go ahead and do it. Thank you.
Your hands shit. But going forward, I'll try to be more professional about how I am when I handle situations. And if anything, if shit gets too much, I'll just take a step back and disengage if I'm too emotionally unstable during the moment. And I'm not gonna pull my mental health card. This excuses everything. But I am bipolar.
Okay, that was all right.
And when I get stressed, it's very easy for me to freak out and spiral about things, which isn't healthy. And it only fuels the drama and digs a further hole for myself. Freaking out and writing paragraphs to creators about the situation over and over and over helped nothing and only fueled my instability
I'm sorry.
in the drama itself. And like I said, I should have just made my own fucking response. Now, I know some of you people are probably wondering why it took me so long to even make this response, but I just kind of wanted to make sure that I was in a stable mindset and I was able to look back and rationally think about and reflect about it all. I mean, I'll eventually come back to making content and streaming if and when I find topics that like actually interest me. But in the meantime, I'm probably just going to be in chats doing my own thing. I'll try to find a few streaming topics or something because I do want to come back. I just don't know necessarily how or what to do. I'm not too sure, but despite all the shit I got myself into and everything that's happened, I'm going to keep going and I'll try to behave more appropriately and be a mature fucking adult instead of being a spur. There's one last thing I would like to say before I end this video,
I did not
and
expect
that's
this last portion to be funny. Bike. Oh, hold on. Is this a reference
that's
to I think someone said something about her being a bike. Correct me if I'm wrong. We all know how Inla feels about BPD demons. Oopsies, I had a little BPD episode and tried to ruin a woman's life. Oopsies. Oopsie poopsies. Pink bike, what does that mean? I get real tired of videos like this because it's all words until our actions prove it. Fair, but that last bit was funny. Everyone gets a ride. Yeah. That's I think that's what the joke was getting at, was that people were saying that she's the community bike. Something like that. She got a boyfriend from that drama. Okay. Not gonna lie, I kind of respect people who refuse to give up after getting into an internet tussle. Yeah. Waste of time to make a whole ass video saying you'll do this and that and be better when you could just apologize and be better. Maybe this is like her way of the, I don't know. Man in his 20s has the mind of a boomer, tries to figure out commentary bro memes. Okay, it's not that bad. I've made some memes, okay? One of my favorite ones that I've made was the one about no one asked, get in there and make it all about you. And then my really favorite one was Lindada or Linlin. Linlin is really big into Yu-Gi-Oh! And so I seen the perfect opportunity when Linlin was really, really upset that um, I can't remember, Mally had given the info to Beckett, and instead of because I believe Linlin had asked Mally for the info, and Mally did not give it to Linlin, and instead gave it to Beckett. And so I saw the perfect opportunity, which was that Yu-Gi-Oh meme that I made, where it's like the main guy, he's like down on the ground, beating his hands against the ground, and he's like, "It should have been me." I'm really proud of myself for that. I'm gonna probably dislocate my shoulder, popping it out of place and whatnot to pat myself on the back there. You will soon be ponder messing up that bike spoke meme soon, bro. How the turntables. Oh my. 49.99 super sticker. Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's 50. Calm down now. You're already talking about working 3 jobs and car trouble. Careful with your money. Ponder ruined herself with weed before anyone could cancel her, lol. Yeah, honestly, I don't think weed is inherently bad. Okay? I don't. But what I do think is when you continuously, and I've seen this in family members too, when you continuously smoke your fucking brain cells away, you're frying your brain with it. Like, sure, you can use it to relax here and there, and sure, you can use it medicinally, but she was frying her brain. Literally, yeah, she fried her brain right here. Okay? She was on stream and she was so zooted out that she could not pay attention to your surroundings. If you are getting that high to the point you can't pay attention to your surroundings, like, you have a problem. I reached that point one time 2 years ago, not even intentionally. I delusionally thought I had a tolerance, and I did not. And I reached that point one time, and ever since then, I just didn't like it. Mellowing out, relaxing, okay, sure, one thing. But reaching a point where you can't pay attention to your surroundings, no, but that bothers me on a deep level to the point that I haven't touched it in almost at the same amount of time. I haven't touched it since. And that's not to say that I won't ever touch it, just that I'm very careful with stuff like that because I don't like the idea of not being in control of myself or being unable to understand my surroundings. I tried to vape once and my lungs nearly died. LOL, never again. Exactly. I like to be in control of my body if shit hits the fan things. Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, if people, like, I don't mean this to be a dick, and I'm not saying this to blame anyone, but if you go to a party and you willingly do drugs and reach that point, you're not at fault for what happens to you. But what needs to be talked about more is why do you need to do that at a party? Drinking a little bit and being around people a little bit, okay, fine. But why do people think it's a good idea to go out to a party and reach? I'm not talking about roofies. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who willingly get so high or drunk that they cannot control themselves. Like, what about that is good to you? Because you're going to make mistakes during that. Being sober is underrated. I'll never understand why there are people who want to escape reality that badly. Yeah, I get escapism. I do. Okay, I get it. And but I don't like the idea is alluring on a surface level because you're like so out of it that you're barely in touch with reality, right? And that's the goal. But at the same time, it's like if you're that barely in touch with reality, what if something happens and you're needed? Or what if something happens and you need to to move. Your life is over, then you experience absolutely nothing. Yeah, right here. This puts it perfectly. Because people, when I make this point, people like to go, you're victim blaming. It's like, no, it's not a justification. Like, there's no justification to just take advantage of someone. That's not an excuse to take advantage of someone. Rather, it's like you should make smart decisions, and other people shouldn't be deplorable human beings. Okay, both can be true at the same time, and I'm tired of pretending that's not the case. All right. Falgie's video. That's right. That's right. We were gonna react to Falgie's video. I need to get little sticker animations. So once I actually have a full, like, legitimate setup, and because I have OBS stuff somewhat set up for a legitimate setup, but I'll have a clip and I can do the little sticker animations that Beckett has. Although I kind of want to do something differently. I wanted to do me dropping down with a noose and swinging, but I fear YouTube is not going to be a big fan of that. Yeah. I fear that the streams will not last long. Set up another goal. I hold on. I can't do that through here, I don't think, but I can. Oh Lord, now I have words for Falgie because he actually pulled a Heaton on Himpleton as much as I'm a fellow Himpleton hater. Well, that's just hatter. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to be grammar police. The alternative is, I don't know if anyone has seen the movie The Ridiculous Six, but Taylor Lautner's in it. Okay, you got Taylor Lautner, Adam Sandler, um, and a couple of other people. But Taylor Lautner plays this like really goofy guy, and there's a scene where he's hung, and he's got this really strong neck, so he's just swinging left and right, and he's freaking everyone out because he's supposed to be dying. And I wanted to do something like that as well, yeah. But I fear YouTube may not like that either. That was the alternative deal. Can I personally get an ugly nugget Akumu emote drawn by Coffee? Can I make that happen? I think Coffee's done that, by the way, Portabella. Check Coffee's Twitter. Check Coffee's Twitter. I think Coffee's done a little nugget thing. But you mean emote? You mean emote for the channel? You know what? I thought about doing something like that, a members thing with different emotes and stuff. I will talk to Coffee about that and see if they're cool with it. And then perhaps I'll do like a members thing. But I got to figure out what content you guys would want for members, because I'm not going to just have memberships and then not give members something special like to them. I can't. I cannot do that. So I got to figure that out. I mean, for the chat or your Discord, I'm not in there, but here is good. I need to open it up again. I got a little panicked because a lot of people joined like really quickly. So admittedly, I was like a cat. I got spooked. And so I closed it down. Use the Rabid Rabbids Akumer buns for you as a sticker. That's a good idea. All right, let me pull up this this Falgie video. Which, by the way, apparently, take this, like, I don't know 100% of this is the case, but apparently, like, the op block was not Falgie's channel. It was like a joint channel. This entire time, I thought it was his. You're going to eat a cardboard box. Now, why would you want to eat a cardboard box? It's not even the gay opping. Literally, that was like the last thing on my mind. I guess there is a worry of that, but it was more so just people joined, a lot of people really quickly, and I was just like, oh, that's a lot of people. Ooh. Do the one chip challenge. Is that like where you eat the hot spicy chip? I'll do it, but my GERD is gonna make me pay for it. Like it. Bro, Lily willingly wants to eat American school, like the pizza. The pizza, the fucking pizza. This guy's allergic to Discord. Honestly, that's not a bad thing though. No, Akumu, that was misinfo. It was always technically Falgie's channel. Okay, thank you for that, Midge. I appreciate it. Thank you for the correction. As Midge pointed out, it was not a joint channel. It was technically just Falgie's channel. Other people seem to maybe have helped, I suppose, but it was mainly Falgie's. Do not do it if you have GERD. The 1 calorie a day challenge. Okay. Yeah, let me starve myself. Then bone max. Get all the way down to skin and bone and then beat my jaw with hammers. Ruin it. See, I know some of the recent fads and memes and stuff. I'm one of you guys. Galaxy gas. No, no. I've seen one video of a dude doing galaxy gas while driving and it ended really badly. ASMR of me eating noodles? I don't think that's what you guys want. I don't think that's what you want. Some people in this chat wants you to burn a hole in your stomach. They hate you. If they had gotten to me and met me years ago, and this is probably one of the things that led to my GERD, I probably would have done it. I was big into spicy food, real spicy food, not that fucking talky shit. A pet Akumu emote. Why are we suggesting Akumu do drugs for streams? Yeah, you guys are horrible influences. What kind of peer pressure is this? Can you do a flip when you jump? It would be really funny. I don't know. I don't know about that. I could do a cartwheel. So you just want me to die. You just want me to like just die. After watching your 9-hour document on an MP3 player, I can finally say I've been lobotomized. What is that experience like? Having a part of your brain just dead. Tell me about that. He's too old to flip. Okay. A 500-pound deadlift. That'll rip my arms off. A space with a 5. It's so over, man. What are these? What are these? Oh, it's a cigarette. Okay. Beckett's server seems pretty chill. No, don't get into the VR chat rabbit hole. That's just awful. I have played VR chat 2 or 3 times, I believe. And I got banned from the furry world really quickly. I was doing a survey, and I guess they did not like my questions. So, or maybe it was my avatar because I think I was like Jason X. No, it was Ghostface. That's what it was. I'm a big fan of Ghostface. And the other time was I made someone, I don't know how, but they seemed to have a panic attack because we were playing a murder mystery game. And they were one of those you're touching me in the game thing as if it's real life sensory people. So I guess they somehow went into some kind of fucking panic attack. And yeah, that happened. It was the funniest thing though for me. Yeah, yeah, it was hilarious. It was amazing. Because I was the killer. I was the killer, and I'd convinced them I wasn't, and I'd murked almost everyone by that point, including the person that had the gun that could kill me. So, and then I wouldn't kill them. I just kept chasing them around, and then making them think they got away, and then go back around the other way. It was great. It's like Tom and Jerry. Oh yeah, wait till there's a Google Doc coming out. Okay. $100. $100 from Small Child with Go, Seraphy Go, yelling emoji, and some emojis that I can't see. That is a lot. That is a lot. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. See, this is why I didn't do another fucking goal, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you a lot, Small Child. Thank you. Or Rosie Panda, whichever you prefer to be called. I appreciate it. But whoa, Ren, what are you saying? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? We're not doing some M1 shit. Again, I thank you for the 100. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot, but this is a lot of money you're putting on this stream, okay? If you're going to do anything like that, wait till I've got decent streams, okay? Because right now I'm using StreamYard, and it's no. Don't listen to Ace Space. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Seraphy is drawing you pregnant. Excuse me? I beg your pardon? I beg your finest pardon? X-jar content. We're like, is this like 3 a.m.? Is this the like just demon galore? Is that what's going on here? Should host a impreg fan art contest. I will participate. Who's the father? Okay. You know what? Let's just get to Falgie's video. Let's get to Falgie's video. The op block. Everyone's got a fucking impreg fetish. My response. Oh my. Okay. All right. Oh, hold up. My chat's not loaded. What's going on here? There we go. Lyall, okay, ban this guy. Ban this guy. Remove all of his atoms. No, better yet, don't remove all his atoms. Okay? Remove all the electrons in his atoms. Give this guy the equivalent of his own weight in antimatter. Okay? Hi, Smout. Hi. I'm going to watch the apology. Yes. Ace, if I send another 100, you have to send 50. And he says deal. There's no way. Don't go through with this. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, you should not break your pocket over me. You really shouldn't. Small Child with another 100. Ace, keep your word, king. 3 emojis that I unfortunately can't see. And he did it. He did it. $50 from Ace. W, Small Child. Okay. I appreciate all of this, by the way. I do. I just, guys, calm down. Calm down. Okay. I don't even have a good background going for this stream. I'm just, I don't have a direction for this. All right. So just wait until there's, a stream that I can set up and plan out. Okay. At least like the structure of it and have a proper theme going. But I appreciate it. It means a lot. I spent all my money on 7-0. I'm addicted. Shut up and take our money. People are just manifesting money. Is this the power of a job? Shut up and accept the money before I take your skin. Kumu, let me know when you go off live so I can take your audience. Sure. Are you wanting to stream? I can send them over to you if you'd like. I don't know how to do that, but I'll try it. $4.99, $5. I prefer my streams chopped. Go girl, give us nothing. Okay. All right. I warned him I got paid Wednesday. He knew this was coming. This is the power of 3 jobs. I donate plasma and do labor for a temp. That's pretty. I've actually been thinking about the whole plasma donation thing. I just need to go somewhere because physical labor with cars has not been, at least in my area, all that open. Slay Akumu, yeah, yes, girl. Someone's working blue collar to take all that money. I probably will. I haven't streamed in a minute. Okay. Well, let me know and I'll try and figure out how to send people there to you. Ren with $4.99, $5. Thank you. Akumu, Impreg Cannon. What have you done? It's spreading. It's spreading. It's infecting everyone. Thank you, Portabella. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to entertain and hopefully some information. I can in my jesting dance I can provide some info. Buns is the father. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm a CNA, companion hospice worker and server in a senior home where I've been like 3 years. Oh, that's dope. You hear some good things and you hear some bad things about those kinds of places, but um, it's a very nurturing kind of job, taking care of the elderly and whatnot when they can't take care of themselves. I owe you fan art for such entertainment. Well, I don't think I'm that entertaining, okay? But I appreciate it. And I do appreciate all the fan art. I honestly I've been putting together the fan art video and I debate between making it a series and cramming all of it as much as I can in there because I don't want to exclude people. And there's so much, and you guys have done all kinds of wonderful fan art that I want to show it and provide links. So I don't know if it'll be a gradual series that I do to try and catch up with everyone and have everyone be shown and whatnot, or I don't know, maybe a live stream dedicated to it. I've been very flip floppy on that. I just can't make up my mind, and I have actually gone and tried to edit the video, but oh, Alex says, by the way, at Akumu, my Birdman video, the first part at least is pretty much done. Should I upload it tonight or wait until 2 p.m. tomorrow, which is when I usually upload stuff? Upload it when you'd like, and if you'd like, I can react to it. I mean, I watch all your videos to begin with, but I could probably react to it live. Helps me branch out outside of other, outside of art stuff as well. So I look forward to it from the things that you've told me about it, and from having watched Birdman and briefly interacting with him. He's insufferable. Like it's one thing to want to call out grifters. It's another thing to admit you're misusing the term and just throwing it around at some point, just because someone says something you disagree with. Fun fact, that doesn't necessarily equate to grifting. Now, if someone's actions are contradicting their words and they're trying to sell you on an idea, that is grifting. But people seem to think that the idea of grifting is exclusively like a right wing thing. That's why you have people like Hassan who, when called a grifter, they'll like deny it up and down. It's like, really? Whatever. And his excuse, Hassan's excuse, is that he has to partake in a capitalist system to survive. And it's like, well, we all partake, but none of us are spending, the average person is not dropping $3,000 or more on just clothing or glasses or a shirt or Gucci. Like, you're literally paying for overpriced, inflated items while condemning capitalism. You're partaking in it while condemning it. On top of the fact, fun fact, by the way, he's invested in a venture, like his whole thing, his agency is connected to in a joint company with a venture capital company. I'm not kidding you. Like, look into his agency that like does his stuff. They are a joint operation with a venture capital company. But because a lot of people, both right and left, cannot look past surface level, they look at his son and they go, well, he's a socialist, he's anti-capitalist, all this other stuff, and they don't think any more than that. and they just go right along with it. Or going to Cuba to party while their economy's tanking. Literally, while he's using their electricity, which they barely have any of, so that he can stream about it. And then talking about how Cuba is so great. And it's like, dude, have you looked around? Are you paying attention? But yeah. This is why I don't like politics in general. I get that sentiment and I try to avoid it myself a little bit, but at the same time, it's a little difficult because it's hard not to want to point these things out. But let's get back into Falgie's video. How about that? Let's do that. All right. I'm gonna spam Akumu's DMs. Why? You know there's a mute button, Ace. There's a little thing called a mute button. I'm kidding, but there is a mute button. Share screen. All right. I think yes, I've got it pulled up. Yeah, stay informed, make your own opinions. Exactly. I'm not someone who believes everything is political. By the way, I'm not someone who believes in that. However, unfortunately, politics is going to affect you whether you like it or not. And people are naturally going to press you at some point about it. And so trying to, you should read the comments. I will do. Rate the editing of this video. It's great. You ready for the dramatic zoom ins? Ooh, dramatic zoom ins. Oh my. Let's do this.
I know this video is long overdue, and I want to make something very clear at the jump of this video. This video is about accountability and...
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. It's like that speed gif. Every time someone says that word in this community or adjacent to it, I have to take a moment, pause, close my eyes, and assess that. And that's not to say that maybe he doesn't mean it, by the way. I'm not saying that maybe he's not actually meaning it. I don't fucking know anything about the situation. I know a couple of sprinkled in details, but I really don't know much. So I'm learning about this. But every time people say that and use that word so far, in my experience, my 6 years of experience being around this sphere, it means next to nothing. So we're going to see how he defines it and how he approaches that.
Clearing up any misconceptions that I can. This video is not about placing blame on anybody but myself. I take full responsibility for my actions, my personal events, and my words, and that is how that's going to be. First and foremost, I know my initial response was inadequate, and it shouldn't have happened, and I apologize for that. Talking about the start of the channel, this channel started in 2024 with some diesel mods, and as it progressed and we started gaining more and more momentum and things like that, it did become its own channel. People like, for instance, KJ and Ash would begin to join the channel as Ash. They would do editing and then eventually hosting and then thumbnails, as well as KJ, who would do research. I want to make something very clear. Ash and KJ were paid. On the screen here, you will see Ash's payments for the time that they worked with me. Ash was also paid for not only just thumbnail work, hosting, and any type of editing, but as well as D&D maps that were supposed to be for a D&D game, and this was the total that was received. KJ, by his own request, had asked donations to his throne. You can see the total amount here. In the beginning, when Ash was helping the channel, it was under my understanding, even when they said it in call, that some editing and thumbnails were done as a friend favor because they liked the channel. Over time, Ash did ask to be compensated. You can see the message here when I reach out to them after that voice call conversation. I wanted to make sure that they were compensated for their labor because they were working for the channel and they were doing great work. And that kind of comes up into the call that's been released regarding the firing of Ash, KJ, and Q. It's completely my fault. I was not upfront with my friends. I was not honest with my friends. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm sparing their feelings, but in reality, I'm not doing that. I'm hurting them more. It's something that I will have to live with the rest of my life.
Well, this is why this is just like a piece of advice that I've always been given. you don't want to mix business with friendship, especially because even if you are a trusting individual, whatever it may be, even if you yourself, okay, are a trusting individual and you trust the people you're doing business with, you can almost never know. And if you go into business with somebody that you don't really understand how they go about business, you could get fucked over. That isn't to say that you should never do it, but just be very, very careful with it.
And move forward with. But over time, my sadness started turning into resentment, and that's not appropriate. It doesn't match the person I am on camera and the person I try to be. Everyone has personal vents, and when they leak, it's terrible. That's still not appropriate. Things that I've said, either jokingly, offhandedly, could still be taken very seriously because they hold serious weight. And it's just inappropriate to do so. It's not the person that I want to be. A little bit later, I had heard things regarding the KF account that caused this Makari breakup that was becoming active again. Makari had also stepped forward and given over her server. I passed this off to FPS Diesel, and I will say this right now: it was incredibly inappropriate because I didn't know if it was or wasn't him. The allegation that it was KJ.
Yeah, I'm a little lost on this. I'm reacting here. Oh, calcium with $2. Falgie tones. That's crazy. Okay, sorry, I've not been paying attention to chat. I'm trying not to lose it. I don't want to see your mustache and hairline. Just do black screen or a regular background. Oh my. Guys, it's all right. He just set his phone's camera to follow me mode. Okay, sorry, I have not been paying attention to the chat. That's on me. I was just literally the worst response video since Lyall's dog shit addressing things. Okay, well, hold on now. Let's finish it. Let's finish it. Now, I'm hoping Midge is still here. Midge seems more knowledgeable on this than I am. So, what happened with the whole Makari thing that he just referenced? And some kind of group chat stuff. Does anyone know? Oh, Max, hi. Sup, came to say hi. I'm currently trying to study for finals, so I can't stay for long. All right, man. I hope everything goes well with your finals, and I hope that you ace that test. Leaks in server resulted in people pointing at each other, and before further research, people were kicking others when they were already down. Midge says, okay, so a KF leak happened, and then they blamed it on Makari. Midge, the all-seeing goat of commentary drama. It turned out it wasn't Makari, so they blamed KJ and said he bloxed. I'm gonna go with you meant doxed. Wow, this is the FCK all over again. I don't know. I don't think that's an apt comparison. I know Beckett talked with Cloudy. Turns out the KF leaker is most likely Cloudy. Wait, isn't Cloudy his girlfriend or wife or something like that? Ah, okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's continue.
Reading back, it looks stupidly coy. It looks like I'm trying to destroy his reputation. And it's exactly what I didn't want to happen, but it's exactly how it should be received. Is stupid, inappropriate, and vitriolic. It wasn't right. I wasn't being honest with how I felt. I wasn't being honest if I felt hurt and things like that. And that festered in all the wrong ways. Addressing blackballing claims, I want to just state now that I never directly participated in any of those, but I recognize that people around me did in some capacity. I've seen the messages from Cloudy. I've seen the DMs, and I'm not particularly happy about them. They upset me, but they upset me in the way of She did something wrong because she thought that she was protecting me. And I didn't stop her from doing it.
Blackballing? Hold on. Is this the stuff with Imro? Is that what he's referencing, the blackballing? I've heard some stuff about Imro being involved. So either the leak had the same Discord theme as Cloudy and also got private DMs, or it's just Cloudy. Maybe Cloudy gave it to someone, which then would mean Cloudy is still the source of the leak. Oh, is my chat loading or? Okay. I asked if it had involved Imrao. Because what is he talking about by blackballing? That's what I'm curious about here. It's all Cloudy dust bunny mind control is crazy. Oh, boyfriend then she talks a lot. Okay, let's just continue. Let's continue.
Doing that. This is not a breakup. This is me addressing what I did wrong in our relationship by not helping my partner. She didn't have to do all that. She shouldn't have done that. And that's on me. She has her own things that she has to apologize for, to take accountability for, and that's what she will do. But I do want to make it very clear that it's my fault. It's my fault for allowing her to do that, and it's my fault for making her think that she had to do that to protect me. Finally, I want to say
Well, did you tell her to do it? That's my thing. Because I don't, with that phrasing there, how did you make her think that you did? Because the implication is that you gave her the expectation that she had to do stuff like that to protect you, which in turn would mean that that is your behavior, right? They blackballed KJ by telling Beckett. Hold on, let me put this up on screen. They blackballed KJ by telling Beckett's mods that he was a doxer, causing KJ to be removed from the community. Beckett brought KJ back, and a chunk of Beckett's mods left. Ah, okay. That's my question, Inla, because he's saying that he made her think that she would need to do something like that, and it's like, how? Maybe he elaborates on this next, but I don't think he does. We're gonna find out, but based on the phrasing, I think he's just gonna leave that vague. I don't know.
sorry, specifically to Ash, KJ, Q, FPS Diesel, Becca the Copenseed, and anyone who's ever been associated with the channel. I want to apologize. My inadequacies, my rhetoric, and my actions or inactions caused hurt, caused damage, and it's not something that you make up with one specific statement. To the audience, I want to apologize again for inadequacies within my first response, as well as apologize for the way that I've acted. You have every right to feel disgusted. You have every right to feel angry. You have every right to feel confused and every right to feel hurt. It's on me. It was always on me. It doesn't matter if I was the direct participant or not. My actions or my inaction made these things occur. And I'm sorry. Where do we go moving from here? For now, the channel will be put on a hiatus. The reason being is that I need to take the time to better myself offline, bar none. I need to take the time to do that, and I need to take the time before I could ever come back to content creation to make sure that I rectify and make amends for the wrongs that I've committed. Making amends is actionable change. The action needs the.
Okay, my question is, since he wants to make amends, how does he plan to do that? Maybe you know what? Maybe I should just wait until the end of the video.
Come after putting in the work. So that is what's going to be happening with the channel. Thank you guys so much. What I would like to say is please, 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 please do not harass any of the mods. They had nothing to do with this. And I really just, it's on me. It's on me and Cloudy. So please just don't do that. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
I know this video.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed, admittedly, because oh, hi Gila. Hi. Yeah, Dust Bunny's crazy. What is that? What is I actually I don't even think I've heard that before. Coffee. Hi Coffee. How are you? Can I send you something to react to next? It's important. Yeah, depending on what it is, I'll take a look at it and I'll see if I want to react to it. My problem with his apology, though, is that it lacks specifics. Yeah, that's usual. Unfortunately, that's usual. And it's also a lot of interpersonal stuff. I noticed that ever since like a lot of collapsing, it's become a lot of interpersonal nonsense with occasional legitimate issues like not paying people or supposedly not paying people, or that's a legitimate issue, or being a snake behind people's backs, that's a legitimate issue. And there's a difference between venting, I think. There's a difference between venting and then saying things that like, I think there's a difference between venting and talking shit. Personally, I haven't seen what he's calling venting or what other people are saying talking shit. I don't think I have. Maybe it's been thrown on my server. I don't know, but um, I think there's a distinction between the two. And maybe it's unfair to draw a distinction. I don't know, but I think there's a distinction. What did you just post? What did you just post? Dude, you're unprepared, Lamau. I know. Trust me, I know. High Calcium with $2 says Falgie Sprocket. His response, hi, I am eating tacos. Well. I hope the tacos are good, though. I'm trying to remember the last time I had tacos. Oh, I think I made chicken tacos, yeah. With sauteed onion and peppers. And I think it's pepper jack cheese. It's either cheddar or pepper jack that I put on it. But yeah, I hope you're having a great taco. Well, that and also like letting your anger get to the best of you where you just start spewing out nonsense. Okay? There's a difference between talking shit and then making shit up, right? And when you start just running your mouth and throwing like shit out there, right? It's gonna catch up with you, especially when you're uh you know surrounded by people who do the same, like the FCK, right? We saw those people all unite because they saw an opportunity with beef with Badam, okay, but because they were hungry for the next thing, they saw me as the next thing that they could milk, and I mean verbatim admitted it, and then because they were all backstabby individuals, they just ended up stabbing or messing with each other. But my problem with his response overall is that it's very vague. Like how, in short, the enemy of your enemy is not your friend. Yeah. But his response is like, okay, you want to make amends. How do you plan to make amends? You want to, try and fix things and whatever else. How are you going to do that? How do you do that? You got to propose an outline or an idea as to how you're going to do that. Otherwise, as Inla put it earlier, with previously when I was reacting to the other video, it's all talk. So Cloudy legit spread lies about people throughout the community. I call Claudia Dust Bunny. I called Claudia because she's Latina and I improvised. Okay. I got T, I got a demulator. Okay. Yeah, I'll check Twitter. The people, Small paid $100 for that. Show it to them. Oh, that's right. Small did pay for it. All right. All right. Let's. Did you tag me? Did you tag me in it? I'm hoping you tagged me. There isn't any coming back from any of this, unfortunately for both Falgie and Cloudy. Okay. Okay. Well, Small did pay money for it. And so you guys are going to see some fan art here, okay? You guys are going to get a good look at some fan art. 2 fan art pieces. Least insane commentary live chat. All right, how do I da 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 da. I did. I see it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm about to pull it up. I see it. Trust. Trust. I see it. Okay, so here we have what we came to look at. This is the artwork. This is it. This is it. This is what Small paid for. Seraphy has made it. It is me, pregnant, with my arms outstretched, looking down, flustered, and saying, "What the fuck?" This is what you paid for. This is it. I hope you're happy. Me pregnant. This is you paid for me pregnant. That's what you paid for. Shame. 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 I need bleach. Beautiful fucking artwork. Okay. Now, all right. Now, Buns has also just tagged me in some fan art. Stay Young King, LMFAO. Akumer more fan art for the old man. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna retweet this. I already know I'm gonna get shit from this from Lolcow. I already know it. I know I'm gonna get shit from this from Lolcow. I'm gonna retweet it. You know, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like it. I don't want to. I don't know if I want to put that on people's feeds, actually. But I know I'm gonna get shit for it from Lolcow. Even it being on stream, Lolcow's gonna lose their minds over it. It's gonna be great, and we'll react to it. We'll react to it. I'm not gonna retweet it. I'm not gonna retweet it. But we'll see how long it takes for Lolcow to catch on. It'll be a bet, and they're gonna go. He's got an impreg fetish. It's not. So my thing with Lolcow is I love interacting with them, and I know at least 2 people that are on there. Okay, that's why I love Lolcow so much. I know at least 2 people who are on there ranting about me. So I love the potential to beef with those people. Okay, it is fun. Now, to be fair, I haven't tweeted about them in a while. I haven't even checked in a while, but something tells me, given the last time they got upsetty spaghetti because Buns drew me as a woman, that they're going to be upset about this one. Akumu is a 1x1 Lego piece now. I can stand behind that. This posing does go hard though. Small child, I hope you're happy. Got to see me pregnant. Yes, they got upset about that, Buns. Yeah, they were upset about your. So they've done it twice, by the way. They've done it twice. This is how I know already, because if they've done it twice, they're going to do it again. So, are you going to go in your queso arc and ban people for 5 seconds? I threaten to do that all the time in my Discord. All the time. I haven't done it, though. I threaten to do it all the time, but I haven't done it. I'm tempted. Admittedly, I'm a little tempted. But last place I wanted to be. Yeah. So they got upset twice, by the way. They got upset and were accusing me of having a trans fetish of some kind, something like that, something adjacent to that, because Buns drew me as a woman. They did it again when you made the thumbnail for me for the Ponder video, where they said that I had some kind of choking fetish because it's a reference to the manga character Ponder compared me to. So, but they didn't care about the context to that, even though it's said literally within the first 2 minutes of the video. That was irrelevant. Yes, that is it. That is what. So they're gonna do it again. I promise you, with this impreg art, they're gonna do it again. I know it. I'm excited for it. I mute people. I don't think I've banned people though. Best day of my life is crazy. Give me mod and I'll do it. Real. That's so incredible. It's what all it is, really. Like the reason I find it so funny and why Inla likes to poke at me for poking at them is because it is so silly. Like the context of Buns wanted to draw that and that I didn't request it, or that it's to fit the theme of the first profile picture and all that other stuff, doesn't matter. It's just to get a gotcha on me. That's all, and that's fine. Like there's nothing, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But it is really fucking funny to read. Well, it's just to get a dig at me, Bowser. That's all it is. Like that's literally all it boils down to. I don't know. But hey. Well, I mean, aside from the fact that I know at least 2 of them are people that I've interacted with already, that's a factor. They really just don't like me. That's okay. It's whatever. I've been holding my breath for this Ponder response, and I can hardly wait any longer. It's been like what, 2 months since she put out her post, and prior to that, she was all silent. I don't have honestly, I've kind of just I've partly accepted it's probably not going to happen, and if it does, I seriously doubt she's going to address. She'll address Chuli, no doubt. She will address the stuff with Fegost and Spockner, no doubt. In the Patreon one, yeah, but I don't think she's gonna want to get into the meat and potato stuff with me and her, and that's fine. I'm really not that important. If you haven't been successfully slandered by the ACC yet, I hardly think you'll be slandered by an impreg fetish pic. I set my Birdman video to be uploaded tomorrow, but I can let you know, let you preview it on stream if you want. Just let me know and I'll DM you the link. You know what? Perhaps. Toss me the link. We'll take a gander at it briefly. I believe Inla said she was going to send me something. It probably shouldn't happen. Here's the problem, though, Inla. She's built up like an entire career and brand. I don't think she's just going to let that go. And that's fine. Like, it's whatever. But, I mean, it's, for years, she sort of skated by just doing and saying whatever and no one questioning it. And so it's sort of, built up. There's this saying that I really, really love. And maybe it's pretentious, but it's from the Chernobyl TV show. And it's something about like every time we tell a lie, it incurs a debt to the truth. And at some point that has to be paid. And that kind of works for anything when you tell a lie. If you keep doing it, it's going to blow up in your face. That's everyone. Everyone experiences that. And she was just really successful with it. Or, just saying whatever she thought would be entertainment. Ponder lives in Canada. That's already punishment enough. Oh, you sent it to me already. That's my fault. Apologies. Let me take a gander. You want me to react to this YouTube short? Catching a fish in the dark shower to see how a pterodactyl hunted during what? I am you're not supposed to play it off stream. I'm not playing it right now, but is this going to get me banned or is this going to get my stream taken down? Bad reaction. I would never do that to you. Okay. All right. I'll react to it. I'll react to it. What is this? Okay. Okay. I'm trusting you on this. I'm trusting you on this. I'm gonna play it. Did you see Alex's last Pokemon stream? I saw a couple of minutes of it. I haven't been able to sit down and actually watch the whole thing. I know he killed my Bidoof, and I've been very upset about that. I have not let that go. Oh, and then there's Portobello, who killed one of Alex's Pokemon. So, by the way, yeah, Portobella's a murderer, by the way. Her advice killed that Pokemon. It killed it. She killed it. It's her fault. Murder. Blood on her hands. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Yeah, I said it. You did it. You did it. Everyone can go see. Everyone can go see. His live streams are up. You did it. I was there. Yeah, yeah. She killed a Geodude, by the way. The little rock guy with arms that floats. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's stream this. to the gulag. Okay. Exactly, Coffee. It's crazy. How do you kill a Geodude? Like, what's with you? You have to be one demented, twisted fuck to kill a Geodude. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Catching a fish in a dark shower to see how a pterodactyl hunted during storms in ancient. Okay. Why? Why? What is this, Inla? What is this? Is this your recommended YouTube shorts? Is this your brain rot? That was a fish, yes. I have caught fish before, but not like that, okay? I do fish. I do fish. In fact, one day, this is just one of my days, one of my best ones. I caught 32 fish in one day. I believe I took home 1 or 2 of them. The other ones were itty bitty. They were too small, little babies. My friend's dad damn near killed almost all the fish he caught by accident because of the hook. With what, rods, you poser? If the fish isn't big enough to catch by hand, it's difficult. I've caught minnows before. Yeah, 32 fish. If you go at the right time and use the right like bait and you mix it up a little bit, mealworms, worms, depending on the fish, you can use old salami or older cheese. Yeah. Me and my old man got a 2-man limit 3 times in a row in one summer. Okay. Use your chompers. Oh, use my teeth to catch them. Carp, carp, carp. Fishing reminds me of that lobster body cam where the family turned on each other because the lobsters were too young. Teaching us how to fish. I mean, not really. For panfish, which would be 25 a person, would you catch a magic carp? Oh, hi, Evan. Magic carp. Ooh. I mean, they turn into a Gyarados. I can't remember what game it has, but I have a red Gyarados on one of them. This was many years ago. I had, oh, I remember what it was. I had a Game Boy Advance. I still have the Game Boy. And I had a Crystal version. And it was for the Game Boy Color. And you could get the Game Boy Advance to play it. It wasn't supposed to, but you could get it to play it. You killed a Geodude. That's funny because you killed a Geodude. Would you kill a Magikarp before you kill a Geodude? Would you do that, Portobello? That rocky blood on your hands? That oil? You got oil on your hands. How's it feel? I'll use the Geodude as the tabletop over a fire to cook my fish. That's crazy. That is psychopath. Psychopath. Thank God Akumu didn't watch the end of my last Nuzlocke stream. Shit was a bloodbath. Did your whole team die? Did you kill your whole team? I'll even carve it down first. All right. All right. Okay, Jeffrey Dahmer. All right, Jeffrey Dahmer. Got Jeffrey Dahmer of Pokemon over here. Yeah, oil in the rock monster. I didn't. No. I didn't kill 32 fish. I didn't kill 32 fish. That's not what I said. I said I caught 32. All of the fish I caught lived. Okay. I kept 2 to take home and eat. My friend's dad killed all the fish he caught. Not me. Not me. That's because he was using a really big fucking hook. Don't you put that on me. Fish killer. Oh, here we go. There we go. A Porygon. Let me look up what a Porygon is real quick. Oh, this stupid thing. Okay, and the accusation is going. See, this is what you do. This okay, all right. To the gulag with you. To the gulag. You'll be interrogated. 10,000 lashes. Okay, all right, Smout. All right, all right. To the gulag with you. Inlo will be the one doing the lashes. Oh, I got a message. Who has messaged thee? Oh, Ren wants me to react to something. Okay. Failed Zoom cooking class. All right. Well, we'll take a gander at it. Oh, this is 20 minutes. We'll react to a little bit of it. How about that? Just to see what's going on. Okay. I don't even. All right. Okay, Cash. Quesoing in real time? I'm quesoing? What does that mean? I can't work on the PNG tuber in the Gulag. That's a fair point. Yeah.
I can't believe this thing.
Hello, it's Chef Dan again.
And it's Chef Nin again.
We were supposed to cook 4 hours ago, but this thing kept delaying by 1 hour every 5 minutes.
Just some shit.
Oh, they
came
have the
out.
floor
You
covered.
mean shit came out of your
Where is this
asshole?
going?
Yeah, no shit.
If the shit came out. What are we cooking tonight? Well, the request said, Nick is a genius. I believe with this amount of sponsorship money, you can cook something that can give us orgasm. Guys, apparently,
Okay.
Chef Nick again is coming to Korea in December.
So that means you're telling everyone you're from Korea.
I mean, everyone figured out I live in Korea too. All my ingredients written in Korean. Man.
But they still do not know where I'm from.
Yeah, that's the biggest mystery.
So let's make something good, yeah?
Yeah, that was the longest intro ever.
By now, all the viewers has left. So we're gonna make a nigiri sushi. I don't know if they know sushi.
Yeah, of course they know what a sushi is.
Maybe North Koreans doesn't know what sushi is.
I don't give a shit. They don't watch this video anyway.
Are you sure? Did you check the demographic? Maybe there's like one person watching from North Korea.
That's Kim Jong-un. One person.
Actually, interestingly enough, that reference there is it's I can't remember the name of the group, but it's supposedly like this hacker group that's tied to North Korea. Because there are people, there's like one dude that's in North Korea that's connected to Steam before, and they think that it's connected to some kind of hacker group of North Korea that they like steal money and information and stuff. I can't remember the name of it though. It's a whole rabbit hole. But I'm a little confused on what we're reacting to here, Ren. You banned people. I haven't banned anyone, not yet. I'm changing my name to Geodude Slayer. Is that what you think you're doing? This looks like Dexter is cooking. Oh, we already have a real life Dexter now. I don't know about that. They calling you a biggie. You guys think I'm a big back? You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. Failed fish cooking. Yeah, I'm a silverback gorilla. Yeah, I'm pretending to be a human. I'm wearing a meat suit of this guy that I ripped right off. Just ripped it right off and wore it. And it doesn't quite fit. You know, there's some parts that are, but it works. It works.
There are hundreds types of sushi. This is specifically called nigiri sushi. What's up, my nigiri? That's how Japanese greet each other.
There's also a maki sushi. You know Japanese, yeah?
I learned it from the videos. There's
I think I've had that
karate
stuff
sushi
before.
as well. This intro is as long as a black dick. Guys,
Okay,
so I
okay.
actually bought live abalones and flatfish.
Dry it with a kitchen towel. If you don't dry it, the bacteria is going to grow on it. Dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? Look at your fucking dick for the past 10 minutes.
Dude, this fuck has been looking at my dick for the last 10 minutes but didn't say anything.
Yeah, man, I'm wanking off it, man.
I'm confused. Is this guy on the phone with him as he's cooking? I don't understand. This is what Ren wanted us to react to. Wow, new drawing idea 87. Oh boy. What does this mean, Coffee? So you're the gorilla from SpongeBob. Yeah, Skinwalker. When does the pan catch fire? See, that's my thing. I don't know what this is. Apparently, he's trying to cook sushi.
Hey, don't wash it. Oh my god, you fuck. Just dry with a kitchen towel. Trying to be a smart ass, eh? Look how you ruin shit.
This is why cooking is fucking hard. If I try to be a smart ass, it's wrong. But if I just blindly
I think that's
follow,
the
it's wrong
seaweed.
as well. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
The reason why you don't wash it is because you lose all the umami from it.
No!
Because you try to be a fucking smart ass. You fucking wet dog. Penis shit.
What the fuck? It sounds like someone who just learned English combined all the swear words and said it. So wipe this entire shit come dry. So that's impossible, man.
Too bad.
You call yourself an instructor?
You can't help it, man. You know the natural selection. Eventually, you will be eliminated.
Darwin Award. I don't really watch cooking videos very often. You try to be a Siri boy. Analog horror, Kumu drawing idea. Schmiles. Stop drying the seaweed. Why is the Swede so long? Is he going to cook it or is he going to use it as a seaweed wrap? We're going to find out.
I'll be called Dodo Human, yeah? I'll be a legend. Once upon a time, there was a Dodo Human and a Dodo Bird. We don't know which one went extinct first. Can I just microwave this shit and evaporate all the water?
Yeah, why would you want
lose
to
all the umami
fucking
once you do.
microwave
It's
it?
like every single shit you do, umami just disappears, yeah? I've never seen a dry kelp before. It looks so interesting. Damn. I want to do a cosplay. Do a mermaid sex cosplay, you know? Okay, now what?
Okay. I love microwaving everything. Cooking rage bait. High Calcium with a 5. I have a spicy video recommendation. How a Sega employee's 4chan post destroyed a community. Maybe. I did want to tell you guys about a new video that I'm working on, though. But I think I'll tell you about it after. I'll give you some ideas about it. Have you played the Invincible versus beta, and have you watched the new season of The Boys? No and no. I have seen some stuff from the Invincible versus beta because I was making some Omni-Man sprites, and I was basing them off of his moveset in Invincible versus, on top of his moveset in Mortal Kombat. My jest. But I have not seen the new season of The Boys, so. But I will be watching it, if that's your question. I will be watching it, I promise. I hate when you cliffhanger us. Okay, you know what? I'll let you guys decide. Do you want me to tell you about this new video and see if you guys are going to be interested in it and what your thoughts are? Or do you want me to continue reacting to these guys cooking sushi? One, I tell you about the video and what I'm working on. Or two, communists? No. Not what? Communists? No. A poll. I could do a poll, but I don't think it'll let me do it through here. Hold on, let's see. I would like to do a poll. We're going to do a poll. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to figure this out. One way or another, I'm going to figure it out. No, it's not going to be another archival upload. However, I do want to let you guys know and ask that when the video comes out, you're going to want to download it, like as fast as possible. Okay, Cash. Hi, Coffee. Because the people I'll be covering have a very, very lengthy history in abusing DMCA takedowns and privacy complaints to remove videos. A very vast history of it. So I'll do the poll, but it's not what I've gotten into. Okay, you guys wanted to know how petty I can be. Okay, I'll give you some more info on how petty I can be. You see, fun fact, during the FCK stuff in 2020, I was not only beefing with the art community, I was in a fighting game community. And no, Rin, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna let them vote. But I was in a fighting game community. How do I do a poll here? Come on. Yeah, engage with your audience. Start a poll. Okay. Add option. Yep. Should we watch cooking video or a yap about new video? Okay. There you go. I've started the poll. Place your vote because it's totally not rigged. I'm kidding. It's not rigged. Based on what you guys decide, I'll type faster. You can make an entire anime series just around the dramas you've gotten into. Whew, you know. Do y'all think he types with one finger? I don't. All I see are 1 and 2. What are the options? Guys, it's in the question. It's in the question. The 1 is the cooking video. 2 is the yap sesh about the new drama. Okay, so far it's leaning into 2. It's leaning into 2. Well, it doesn't say that. It does say that. That's what I typed in there. Okay, you know what? All of you, 100 lashes each. Just just a robot or just a retard, aka Jar Liquid, missed out on a lot with the $5. He says, missed out on a lot. Akumu, especially my offer on the gay CC of Avengers. The app is related to the second channel. However, the video will not be on my second channel. The big video will be on my main channel, and there's a reason for that. This one right here. The reason it'll be on my main channel is on a 4 on the spectrum, not 1. Hold on. Just a retard mod. You were supposed to put the option instead of the number, numbskull. Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't know I could change the number. All right. It wouldn't let me delete the 2 numbering options when I added other options, so I just removed the little add option thingy and went with the 1 and 2. But the video will not be on the second channel, the Mugen one. It will be on this one, and the reason why is you guys are here, and it is a drama video essentially. And despite being pretty much nothing to do with art commentary, you're going to find there's a lot of similarities. A lot. And it is a beef that I've been in since 2020, just as the FCK stuff was going on. But it's not as draining or as detailed as the FCK stuff. So it's a lengthy beef, but yeah. Okay. It seems everyone is going for 2. That seems to be the priority here. So I will gap about that. I can't tell if my... Yes, yap. Hold on 1 second. If ACC was the boys, which art-tard would be which character from the boys? Who would you like to be, and who would the art-tards been individually? Ooh, I don't know. That's tough to say because, I mean, the boys, it's not a one-to-one comparison. It's really not. It's difficult to say. Obviously, the 7 would be the FCK, right? That's clear. Now, who in the FCK would be what in the 7? I don't know. I don't know. You need to call the Liverpool police. What? Doki doki. Okay. Anyways, so the situation happened in 2020. Here's what it centers around. This next thing that I'm going to be covering centers around plagiarism. So it goes back to the roots. Okay. But instead of what people do in that community, instead of just like going to the person's comments demanding credit and whatever else and so on, people go about it very differently. So if you try and take credit for something you didn't make or sell something you didn't make, instead people just make fun of you and point it out. And if they can do something legally, then they'll do something legally about it. But they don't do the same thing as to what the art community does. And so I thought that was very interesting to see, and also to take part in myself. So what these guys do for a rundown, they take so it's based around a fighting game called Mugen, and Mugen is this open. All this will be explained in the video, but it's basically this engine that you can do a lot with, and I mean a lot. And the cool thing about Mugen is it's an engine that you can customize. So you want a fighting game where you can make characters, or you want like Superman, Goku, your favorite characters to fight. There's even like any character you can think of that's in an anime or a TV show. Someone's probably made a Mugen character out of them. If there's sprites for them, or someone will make sprites and then they'll be turned into a Mugen character. Peter Griffin, Brian. There's an entire like Evangelion Mugen, okay, of a fighting game based around Evangelion. Even characters you wouldn't think would be made into that would be made. Now, the community I'm talking about, I'm going to be talking about, is called the JUS community, which means that it's more weeb based. There's non-weeb stuff in it. There's like Marvel characters that have been made in that style, DC characters, and even Resident Evil characters. But it's very weeb based around. But people like take the time to create these really like highly detailed, fun, playable characters. And the individuals I'll be discussing, it's kind of like, yeah, right. It's kind of like what Rivals of Aether before Rivals of Aether. So the people I'll be discussing, what they do is they will take someone's character and they will leech. Leeching is a term used. Yes, Leon Kennedy. There is a JUS Leon Kennedy. In fact, I'm working on my own sprites of Leon later on, but there already is a JUS Leon. There's Leon. There is a Wesker. There is a Chris Redfield, although that one kind of sucks. The Chris Redfield kind of sucks. Yeah. Well, my fanfic character. No. But yeah, there are even people have made even OCs, by the way, like OCs into the style, into these characters. So because JUS is based on the Jump Ultimate Stars DS game. And then it was Jump Ultimate Stars, then it was J-Stars Victory, then it became Jump Force, but it's based on that very loosely. And then it became its own thing when people started using the sprites. And the main guy that did this, he popularized it really well, is named Mikkel8888. So Mikkel is widely known. And you have people that came into this community, and they wouldn't just do commissions where you would pay them to do work for you and then create something. They started flat out trying to sell things, and literally selling things, which first off is illegal, but second off, because Mugen is open source, but second off, they're selling things comprised of other people's hard work. They leech, which is basically leeching is the term used for taking people's code and not crediting them. You take their code, you use it, and you don't credit them. And so they would leech to create these Frankenstein characters, and then they would sell them. And What I'll be covering is individuals doing so, plagiarizing and profiting off of plagiarism, while at the same time continuously taking from the community. Because here's the kicker. Here's the great part about this. While these guys, because these guys slowly banded together in 2020, while these guys continuously kept leeching from the community, and then, mind you, they've been caught 90% of the time. They don't credit 90% of the time. The main two ones, there's three, the three musketeers. There's Dumb and Dumber, and then there is another one who he's more so silent, but he's got his own issues as well. Now, Dumb and Dumber in particular, Ghost Cardi and D2DT, or Deke or Dickin, whatever. He is the one, he and Ghost are the ones that did the DMCA abuse that I talked about 2 or 3 years ago. Now, many of you probably don't know what I'm referring to because you weren't around at that time. This is pre-Lyall beef, okay? What I'm discussing. And so I had a Mugen channel then, and because they got upset, mind you, prior to abusing the DMCAs to strike down my videos and strike down my initial channels, they were against DMCA abuse. And prior to that, they knew what fair use is. I'm going to be exploring all that, but the hypocrisy is utterly rampant with these guys. But what they do is they take other people's stuff, they put it into a character, showcase it, but they don't release the character, which is fine. Which is fine. No one is entitled to a release. However, when people point out that what they make isn't special, because what they do is they try to present what they create as unique and special. And that's why they have it behind not releasing it, because the community is ungrateful and so on and all this other bull crap. But they try and present what they do as special, and then they call the community unoriginal, and that that we're just envious of them because we can't do what they do, which is interesting to say because everything that they do has already been done by the community, because almost everything these guys have ever put together has been leached from the community, and they've been caught removing credit. They've been caught plagiarizing, like people. They tried, just for one instance, this almost started international beef, which I had to mediate, by the way, and you're going to learn about that. They at one point tried to claim, one of them, Ghost Cardi, tried to claim an entire character as his. So then the Chinese side of that community started thinking that that was how we did things. Okay. So then I had to talk to them and explain to them that we have been dealing with Ghost in them, and that we're sorry that they're dealing with Ghost Cardi and Deke and so on. But the hypocrisy is rampant. So I'm going to play a meme that I've recently put together, okay, on my Mugen channel, and I'll link it in the chat, but I'm going to play it on stream because it's my own video, and it'll give you a taste of the hypocrisy that I discussed in the video, because I am planning some big things. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I am planning some big things. I'm working on a big video for this channel, and I'm planning some big things for the Mugen channel as well. Some very big projects specifically for that. But I put out a little, I guess you could say, warning and taste of what they will likely endure. Because if they thought previously it was bad when I was just making a couple of little memes poking fun at their plagiarism, then they have no idea what's coming ahead. But what these guys do is they take other people's stuff, they present it as theirs, they claim that we in the community that they keep taking from are unoriginal and that we can't do what they do, and then they also proceed to sell other people's stuff. And then on top of that, then they have the gall to talk about other people when they sell stuff and whatnot. But mind you, those other people, the distinction is that those other people, let me just show you, let me just play the clip. Let me pull it up. I'll be right back. I'm going to pull the clip up and I'll show you it. And you guys will get an idea better as to me trying to be vague here. I'll just give you a little bit of I'll play the 3-minute clip and you'll get an idea better than me yapping about it repeatedly. Okay, I am back. If it's... Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hold on. Okay, I think it's picking me up now. All right. Now, I don't want to play the music because it might mess with the stream after the fact. So after it reaches a certain point, I will unmute the audio, but you guys will get an idea from that point afterwards as well. Share screen. Here it is. I muted it because I don't want it messing with the stream after, because I think the music is or isn't copyrighted. I don't know. For context, this guy's, he sold this character, this Hiatus Akira he made. He sold it, and so this leads into another point. You'll see. Okay, so this part is where I explain some more details about them that'll give you an idea. And then if you guys have any questions after the fact, I'll answer them. So I'm just gonna let it fully play. Remember when D2DT, aka Dick or Dickin, and Ghost Cardi leaked Boggs Madara to try and get back at the community, despite the fact that Boggs Madara was going to be public anyways, because I and other people leaked their private and sold leaked characters that they never intended to be public. They figured out how to strike back by leaking characters that were going to be public because that's really showing us. Every leak Dumb and Dumber managed to do, whether it be Bog or Buriko's characters, even Insef's Char Academy edit to Takizawa, were characters intended for public release. Just picture it. Your own attempt to hit back at people you fucked with first embarrasses yourself more. Well, the reason these two geniuses leaked Boggs Madara was because apparently it was 90% Shinrashi's code. Apparently almost the whole character. And that Bog put a price tag on it, that he was charging people for early access. And they claimed that we falsely accused them of that and that the sheep don't know any better. But if that's the case, where was this sentiment with Dox, his Hiatus Akira, that you paid for, Deke? It's mostly Mikkel code, as I just showed. And yet when you showed the character off and shouted Dox out, you called his Heio a great char, which is very interesting given that when he made his Juzo, you said that the community was full of unoriginal coders. His Dabi that you were oh so defensive over was also mostly Mikkel code, and you paid for that too. Even though Dox mocked his own sprites in my DMs, all the while you were hyping it up and defending it like it was so precious. Imagine you buy a character from a guy and you're so defensive over it, even when it's not even mentioned, because you think it's one of his better characters, only for that same guy you bought it from to publicly admit at least half of it is Mikkel's publicly available code, though more than half of it is. And that he's behind the scenes making fun of his own lazily edited sprites in that same character, sprites that, mind you, are also public. So Deke, just remember, you were someone Dox knew he sold slop to before he buddied up with you. Better yet, where was it when you flaunted an edit to Revelio's Kaneki, a character that was 90% Revelio's, that was made by Dox's protege Mark, which was then sold to Gabriel Miller or Subtilizer, who's on Billy Billy, and he also bought Dox's Thorfinn. You drew the line at Bog charging people for early access to the Madara before its public release, but it's okay for the people you like to sell edits to someone else's character with no public release? Yet you insist we're falsely accusing you. Sure. Buckle up, boys. So that's basically the gist right there. That's not the gist of the whole situation, but of that thing that I wanted to show you all. Fruity Oreos, interesting. But they will take someone else's character, edit it, and sell it. But then when someone else is selling early access before public release, that's where they draw the line. So they're allowed to sell other people's work with no public release ever intended. And so their stuff gets leaked because they're leeching and making money off of it with no public release. And so to get back, they then leak something that was intended to be public, but because of early access, because people were having an early access charge before it was made public. And after in 2023, that was when it culminated. I'd been making memes about these guys, and you can go to the Mugen channel. I'll drop the link down below if you'd like to learn more about it. I'll drop the link to the channel below, and you can learn more about the situation because I've got like several memes on these guys and what they've done, and I've had to re-upload them because in 2023 they did a bunch of DMCA strikes on me and then one other guy, just to try and get the videos taken down. Because these guys have a long, as you'll see in the big video, when I get to the big video, I'm currently working on it now, but when it comes out, you're going to see that these guys have a history of being complete and utter control freaks. Like there would be to such a degree that their comments are on approve only. So if you guys were, which don't do this, do not go and do this. But if you were to go and comment on their stuff to point out what they're doing, your comment will never see the light of day. Not unless they want to reply to you to engage with you and claim that you're lying. So there's no point. And there's other degrees of it too, like you simply saying something or liking someone they don't like is enough to get you removed. Like you're going to see, I don't want to spoil the entire video, but these guys are complete control freaks. And it reaches, mind you, the guy that I was just talking about, Deke or D2DT, he's like 36 or 37 now. He's like he's around Lyall's age, and you're gonna see what he was doing back in 2020 all the way up, because it's like some mean girl shit. It is really like some mean girl shit. The dude thinks he can dictate every place that he's in, and if he can't dictate that place, if he can't run it like it's a Gestapo, he either, if he can't strong arm the admins into doing what he wants, he leaves. And that's why he and Ghost and them stick to their private little like circle jerks, where anyone that points out what they do is just eviscerated, thrown out. So this whole video is about stealing assets, removing credit, then ends up in a doxing war. Not quite doxing. I know his information, and the only reason I know his information is because he proceeded to file, like, let's see here, across 2 Mugen channels, maybe a dozen or more false DMCA takedowns, and then false privacy complaints. So if it was to go legal, I would need his info. And he only stopped when I referenced his name and his buddy's name. That's when they suddenly wanted to stop the DMCA takedowns, was when I let him. Also, he stopped after he, the last actual interaction we had was him on an alt account, one of them on an alt account, one of Deke or Ghost. And, oh, what's this pattern? What are you noticing? Do tell. But our last interaction, what really made them quit doing the takedowns was not only that I made it clear that I knew their names, but also he tried to threaten to do a privacy complaint. And then I was like, okay, I'll just show YouTube that you're just threatening this and you abusing the system to take the video down. And then he tried to delete his comment and try and claim that he didn't threaten to do that later on in the thread, as you'll see. But unfortunately for him, I have that comment screenshotted from 3 different perspectives of him threatening to do that. And that's another thing that these guys run into. When they're caught up in shit, they delete their comments, they delete their messages, they'll change their descriptions, and they will remove stuff that poorly reflects on them. And then they'll claim that everything about them is either foolishness, Deke likes to say that, or bad gossip or rumors. And it's just bad gossip, and that the sheep, the community, the Mugen JUS community, they don't know any better. They're sheep. They don't know any better. They're just blindly listening to us. And so the reason they've been able to bamboozle the few people that they have is because the information has not been pulled. Because you got to think, the Mugen JUS community is very, I guess, to unironically use this term, it's very diverse. There are lots of people from a lot of different backgrounds who speak a lot of different languages. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem isn't that it's diverse. The problem is because so many people are very different and speak different languages, compiling the information in one spot is a little difficult. But over the years, because these guys keep claiming, just like the FCK, so maybe that's the common theme you're noticing, just like the FCK over the years, these guys kept claiming and keep saying that they've done nothing wrong, that we're falsely accusing them, and that we've got nothing on them. So I've just gathered everything up, compiled it all, cross-referenced, reached out to people for interviews, and I'm putting together this massive timeline. Yeah. I think they're probably dead of disconnect from the internet at this point because, Russia. Only one of them is Russian, and he's still active, by the way. He is still active. He just uploaded a Reiner that he put together a couple weeks ago, which I will be, of course, doing a better version of. The pattern is megatism and I'm all here for it, pretty much. Well, I can't stand when people sit there and like bold-faced lie in front of you and then project their own actions onto everyone else. And so Deke, I won't spoil that. You'll see it in the video. It's hilarious. Because I told them years ago I'd probably end up making a video too. Okay, I did. So like same thing that I told the FCK, but I put it off because I thought they had mellowed out very briefly. But no, they just continued in the plagiarism. I mean, they literally, if you go to the channel, I'll put the link down here. You go to the channel. They went to some random Twitter artist. Well, he's not random. He's well known-ish, named Pico Pico. Maybe you know who that is. He's a Japanese pixel artist. And they just out of nowhere, okay, just abruptly, for some reason I can't pin it. I don't know why I can't pin it through here. I'd have to pin it through YouTube. StreamYard's odd, but out of nowhere, they just found this guy's sprites, his entire animations, pulled them from his Twitter, and then slapped them into a private character that Ghost is currently selling through his Patreon. And they did not credit Pico Pico or anything like that. And they've done that repeatedly. They'll take someone's entire fucking thing and then find a way to profit from it. And it's a consistent thing. But then they draw the line at someone's briefly selling early access to an edit before it goes public. So it's okay for them to sell entire characters that they barely did anything to, complete Frankenstein slot pieces, okay? But then when people sell an edit very briefly before it goes public for everyone to play, because that's what early access is. Early access is like a middle ground between making a little bit of money and everyone getting to enjoy the experience. So they don't do early access though. So trace and call it their own, no credit. They don't even just trace. They will straight up copy and paste code and then sell it. That Heyo Asakura is just an edit to Mikkel's. It's a reskinned edit to Mikkel's Aladdin with sprites, mind you. Those sprites aren't private either. They didn't even make those sprites. They took the sprites from the Shaman King Game Boy game. That's what he was selling. He took someone else's character, barely edited, swapped the sprites out with publicly available sprites, and then sold it. And these guys, Deke and Ghost, have been praising Dox ever since. So it's okay when Dox does stuff like that. But when someone dares to briefly sell an edit before public access, because they intend to release it to everyone, that's where they draw the line. That's where it's a problem for them. even though these guys have been selling and not releasing anything. In fact, if you go to their channels, you'll see it in the big video too. None of the releases they've done have been actual releases of their own. They've been leaks because they were leeching the character and then showing it off as if it was theirs and not crediting people. So people, to spite them, leaked it. So they then, you know what, I'll tell you about this. This is the last thing I'll tell you before I hop off here, because this will give you an idea as to how petty I can be. Yeah, so this will give you an idea. So Ghost had put out he had made in 2021 a Coyote Stark. Now, if you're not familiar with Weeb stuff, it's some guy from Bleach. He shoots laser guns, moves around rapidly. He can have like these magic dogs go out and attack people. All right, that's basically Ghost Cardi is Ghost Cardi. That's one of the individuals I'm talking about. So Ghost Cardi made this Bleach character. How he made it was he took Misha's Coyote Stark, edited it, edited the base form, then redid the transformation with some sloppy sprites. You guys are going to love when I dig into the sprites, by the way. For all you artists out there, you're going to see me critique some pixel art, okay? You're going to see how bad it is and what we're talking about here, all right? So I dig into that a little bit in the video for you guys. Because the artist, they have like one main spriter, and he's consistently has horrible anatomy. I mean, utterly atrocious anatomy, zero consistency whatsoever. And they're paying for that. That's the funny part. They're paying for that. But to his credit, he did eventually get better. He did eventually get better. Objectively, he's gotten better. Now, they create this Coyote Stark, right? It's an edit. And Ghost puts in his description. He name drops me in the description. He name drops me, and he blames me for why he's not releasing this Coyote Stark to the public. That because of my actions in leaking Dox's characters, because he was selling leech stuff to people, he was no longer releasing it. The problem is with that, that's a blatant lie. He's trying to blame me for why he didn't release this Coyote Stark, when months prior, he had already said he wouldn't be releasing anything. But all of a sudden, when he makes this Coyote Stark, he suddenly changed his mind up until I was leaking Dox's stuff. That's quite a coincidence. But I was like, okay, fine. If the community really is missing out because of me, I need to rectify that mistake. I need to rectify it. And on top of that, hold on. It wasn't just blaming others, though. He was trying to get the community to dislike me because the community had rallied behind me leaking their stuff and making memes about them. So he was trying to get the community to dislike me by presenting it as though the community was missing out on his fucking edit. By, presenting it as though they aren't getting it because of me. So two things culminated into this. Two key things of spite. He kept saying that the community could not do what they do. And he blamed me for Coyote Stark not being released, his Coyote Stark. So you know what I did? Me and my friends sat down and we remade the sprites 1-to-1. Because here's the thing, these idiots post their videos almost always in 1080p, if not 4K. Deke posts constantly in 4K. Now, when you're posting videos in that high quality and you're showing off the moveset, we can see exactly where you leached from, the exact code and moveset you took from, and we can see every detail of the sprite, because JUS sprites are not very big. They're small. They're easy to remake. So here's what I did. Based on their video, I remade the sprites exactly 1-to-1. We went to Mish. We asked Mish for permission to edit his Coyote Stark, and we made an almost exact replica without even having theirs. We made an almost exact replica of the Coyote Stark. And then they leaked one of Buriko's characters, who was, mind you, Buriko was doing early access before public release. And they did that just to try and spite the community, which again doesn't work because it was headed for public release. We were leaking things that they never intended to be public. That's how sad they were. They were really reaching for a gotcha on us. So we remade it, okay? 1-to-1. You can find it. It's on that YouTube. Go to the playlist on the Kumigan channel, and you'll see the video. So we remade it almost exactly without having theirs. We remade almost the entire thing. And then when they leaked Buriko's character, we were like, okay, that's the final straw. So we put it out. I put out a meme, and because Deke had commented something like, the streets got to eat, right? So the music was Feed the Streets from Juicy J, as we did the showcase for this Coyote Stark. Now, the same guys who said that we can't do what they do, we're envious of them, and also kept telling us to make it ourselves, by the way. That's another thing you're going to see throughout the timeline. They keep telling us to make it ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then when we go and make it ourselves, specifically the Coyote Stark, guess what they do? They try to take our Coyote Stark and release it as ghosts. Not even kidding you. Went from telling us to make it ourselves, saying that we can't do it, to then trying to take credit for our Coyote Stark. So these guys repeatedly have tried to claim entire characters they didn't make as theirs out of spite, while claiming that they don't do stuff like that, that we're falsely accusing them of that while they keep doing it. And it just goes on and on and on. And they have a couple of enablers that I'll be shining a light on that have helped aid them throughout this. And there's a lot. Yeah, these dudes are really fucking sad. Really sad. They keep picking fights with the same community and keep fucking with the people in the same community. Keep trying to profit off of those same people in the community. And then the same community will do something back out of spite, like leaking their private leached characters. And in response to that, they go and try and leak things that were intended for public. Oh, you got us good. And then claiming entire characters that they didn't make. And then they'll try and hide it too. Like when Ghost found a Chinese creator by the name of Blue Rose's Orochi. I don't know if you guys are familiar with King of Fighters, but it's some kind of like demigod that possesses people. And this creator named Blue Rose over in China, he made this Orochi. He made it. And Ghost found it on Bilibili, decided to show it on YouTube, and did not credit Blue Rose. All the comments assumed Ghost made it, and he didn't reply to a single person clarifying he didn't make it. And on his New Age Mugen website, the website forum, he listed the Orochi as one of his creations. Now, that's since been removed because he got called out on it, and he tried to remove it and hide it. But I have it screenshotted. That's another thing, too. These guys consistently try and delete shit, remove shit. Ghost tried to remove his comment, not his comment, his description blaming me after the fact because I then, with my buddies, remade Stark. It is a hilariously absurd, silly little situation that unfortunately results and has led into some illegal activity, such as DMCA strikes. You can't make good shit without me, does it? Oh, but like high key, I did that. It was me, guys. That cycle sounds so exhausting. Yeah, and then all the stuff that they make, mind you, of the you can't do what we do attitude, is everything that's been publicly available. The sprites, the sprites, what they'll do is they'll find someone else's sprite, and then they'll pay this other guy who couldn't sprite for shit. No, they didn't get sued. The problem is Electbyte no longer exists, so Electbyte can't sue them, and most of the people who make things in the Mugen community don't have the funding. They don't have the funding for that. So very little has been able to be done. However, this is where these guys fucked up. And you'll see me elaborate more on this in the video towards the end. But they committed perjury. You see, prior to filing the DMCA takedowns on me, these guys would make videos, and they would use other people's clips in these videos. They would use, like, for example, when Ghost did a video on Grimjow, some cat guy from Bleach. He's cool, though. He's cool, but he turns into like a furry cat thing. It's a little odd, but he's cool. So when Ghost did a video showcasing that, he had used clips from two individuals' videos, and in the description of the video, he put the little Copyright Act disclaimer. Okay. And so anytime both of these dudes would would use other people's clips and content, they would put a copyright disclaimer declaring that the Fair Use Act from 1976 allows them to do so. This was before they struck me. But then when I'm doing it, when I'm using, mind you, I've done all the math. When I'm using 2 to 3% of their video in my video, they filed DMCA takedowns on me, claiming that I went against their fair use. I infringed upon them. Oh, hold on. The amount of times I've seen content stole from Bilibili is no wonder why loads of watermarks are plastered all over. Yeah. Thank you for the 5. But it's a consistent thing with these guys. But here's the key part about the perjury part. You see, when you file a DMC takedown, you have to hit 3 check marks before you file the DMCA. And the first check mark in and of itself is that you have good faith belief that this person is not authorized by the owner of the material, the law, or anything else to make it. So they already went against that because they knew that the law allowed me to use small portions of their clips for my content, because they had literally copied that same thing in only a select few of their descriptions where they put that. So they set themselves up basically for potential legal trouble, particularly Deeg, as he lives in the United States. Ghost does not. They are claiming it as their own and then trying to sell it behind the scenes while trying to deny selling it behind the scenes, even though they've been caught selling it behind the scenes multiple times. I know it's a bit of a tongue twister. They have claimed entire characters. They have leached from other characters and sold that and they've also been caught removing credits because that person upset them or dared to criticize them. That's not how that works. Like if Coffee upset me and I decided to remove, that's not a justification for me removing credit for Coffee's art or for Buns. It's not how that works. So in a way, it's a little similar to the art stuff. It is, because the element of plagiarism. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm critiquing them for being unoriginal and for plagiarizing and for profiting from plagiarism. Well, no one's tried to sue them because most of the guys that they've targeted, they don't have the money to do that. And YouTube, unfortunately, for the longest, didn't want to do anything about it. So well, it doesn't. So this situation doesn't lead back to Madame. I'm just making the comparison that these guys are like doing similar shit. But instead of me trying to rally my audience to run to her or their comments, instead, I'm parodying them. I'm criticizing them, and I'm shining a light on it, particularly because these guys delete everything the second it looks bad on them. Like the amount of comments that I have of theirs that they've since deleted, or the video descriptions before they changed it, or the messages that they've deleted from their server because they got called on their shit. And YouTube, unfortunately, just assumes every DMCA takedown is honest. They just run with that assumption. So that, and the onus is on the people being sued to prove they are violating the DMCA. Literally, yeah. It's a very flawed system. It's going to be something I dive into in the video, but I don't want to talk about any more of that because I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil. It's going to be a wild ride for you guys, but you guys are going to love it. And because these guys keep doing similar stuff to the FCK of claiming I don't have any proof, I'm putting it in a timeline. It won't be as big as like the FCK Maxim, but it'll be a decent documentary on it all. So you artists will certainly be fed, and you'll see me criticize pixel art as I do pixel art. I might even record a little bit of me doing pixel art for the video. I don't know. But yeah, it'll be fun. This is gonna sound, but I'm curious. Do they monetize? Yeah. Well, some of the videos they monetize. Yeah. What they do is, because they know that they have to be careful, they move to hiding things behind Patreon for the most part, because that's a sort of legal workaround of semantics, where they can instead claim, well, you're not paying for the character, you're paying for my Patreon, which gives you access to the character. They've started doing that because they knew that eventually it was going to catch up with them, particularly Ghost. The other reason why I'm making this video is because they have relentlessly bullied a wide variety of people that have done like literally fuck all nothing. People just minding their own. They would not leave alone. They would continuously fuck with. And then they would play victim when those people would lash out. They'd keep poking, and then play victim and claim that the community is full of they're being that me and people like me are manipulating the community against them. They're cry bullies. They are professional cry bullies. I just have to say the level of motivation you had and still have, I'm assuming when you did the FCK video, will forever amaze me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's like when you keep, in a similar light to the FCK video, when you keep fucking with someone repeatedly, you can't then act all shocked that something's come of it. It's the power of autism. No, it will not be 8 hours. No. It is 5 years worth of lore, but it's not as in depth as the FCK stuff at all. Everything was on and off. So there's only a couple things each year. So it will not be as long as 8 or 9 hours, I promise you. It'll probably be like 2 hours, 2 or 3. There are other people that are interested in covering it, but they're waiting until my video is done. And I'm hoping I can share the video to the other Mugen communities, so that, because these guys also have bad reputation. Because here's the thing: everywhere you go, when you have consistently keep fucking people over, and you then develop a bad reputation because you keep trying to fuck people over or control what people do in their spaces. So these guys, I ventured out of the Mugen JUS community a little bit, and it turns out even in several other spaces, they've become well known and have their own shitty reputation for trying to fuck with people there. So I'm hoping this video comes about, and those people will bring evidence of their experiences, not testimony, but hopefully evidence, and everything can be compiled together in one spot about these guys, because they just gotten more bold in their scamming. They've just gotten more bold as they grift, and they've ripped a lot of people off. They have just continuously poked at people that just wanted to be left alone by them and wanted nothing to do with them. Like Matt, for example. I don't know how many times they fucked with him and his sprites. The community is chill. These guys are not popular, massively popular. What they do is they present themselves as the underdogs when they're not the underdogs at all. And so that has unfortunately bamboozled a couple of people, not very many, but a couple of people, into thinking that the community has an issue with these guys, has no actual real issue with these guys, and we're all just making stuff up about them. And that irritates me when they use this underdog window dressing, because I've been on the receiving end of a community that just likes to make shit up about you, and so seeing them pretend that that's the case with them when there is a galore of evidence, it does irritate me a little bit. But yeah, it's a bubble. It's a small bubble of individuals. This is not common in the community, and the only reason it has reached the point that it has is because the information has not been put in one place. You should throw a beach party. I don't know, a beach party. But it is getting late, folks. So I hope that stuff interests you guys. And I don't know how well the video will do. I'm hoping it does well, though. I have to be very careful as well. But the same thing I'll tell you guys in the video, I'll go ahead and say here again. All of you are like, if you want to download the video and archive it, I would highly recommend doing so when it comes out. And if it suspiciously just gets taken down from a DMCA or a privacy complaint or a bogus report, just upload it everywhere. You guys have full permission. If the video gets taken down from my channel when I drop it, you have full permission to upload it everywhere. I'll say the same thing in the video, but I'm just saying that now ahead of time for all those people that love to archive. This is going to be one of those videos where you're going to want to archive it because these guys have a history of trying to remove anything and everything that points out what they've been doing. That's why commenting on their videos is almost entirely pointless. Unless they accept the comment because they intend to respond to it with some, pre-thought up response for it. I don't know. It's going to be difficult for them to strike all of you. So, and the more they do that, the more likely YouTube is. I'm going to talk to YouTube. I'm going to try and do the little chat bubble thing and let them know ahead of time that that's likely going to be something that happens to warn them. But, yeah, these guys have a real nasty problem of it. But it was a fun stream. I'm gonna do more of these. I don't know how much more I'll do these. Should we all mass upload at the same time? Not at the exact same time, but if the video goes down, like all of you can upload it wherever you want to. Okay, wherever you can get it up, get it up. And because I want the info out there, regardless. Okay, I don't care if it's not specifically on my channel. I just want it out there. Can they DMCA people for archiving or posting your video? How's that work? Yes and no. I think YouTube's more lenient on archives. Okay, if that's what you want to do, you're full right ahead. Again, the whole idea is to get the info out there, just across the board, so that people can know about it, but also to other Mugen communities. Super chat suggestion. Wait, was there a super chat that I missed? Did I miss a super chat? I'm really sorry if I missed a super chat. Let me scroll up really quickly. Let me see if I can find it. The last super chat that it pops up for me is from Calcium, and it's this one. The amount of times I've seen content, I think, stored or stolen from Bilibili is no wonder why loads of watermarks are plastered all over. Oh, Sega Fortune employee video suggestion. Yes, I'm going to be streaming more often. I don't know how often, but more often. And remind me next stream. That's the first thing I'll get into is the Sega 4chan employee video suggestion. I promise. That is a promise. I will react to it because it is pretty late here. Please do. This was fun. Yeah, I had fun too. It's been great, and it was nice to be able to yap about that and see what if you guys would be interested in it. Because it's not art commentary, but it's also very similar to art commentary in its weird way. So, especially because like you got the plagiarism, DeviantArt is even slightly involved because people post sprite sheets there, and also the rampant hypocrisy. If it's okay with you, I'm probably going to use your video as the main source for information, so I know it's mostly fine. But just to ask, would you be fine with me using clips from said video? Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. I will focus more on answering questions next stream. I haven't done this in like 10 or almost a year, so I'm trying to get back into balancing reading chat and reacting and so forth. You're more of a drama channel with an art persona rather than just an art drama channel. Yeah, true. But I thought it was a good in between, and it's also been something I've been involved in extensively, and I kind of just been putting it off and making excuses. So I thought it's just time to get it done, rip the Band-Aid off. But yeah, good night, guys. It was fun talking with you all. It was really fun. It was fun reacting to videos. Can't wait for the next stream in 10 months. It's not going to be in 10 months. I promise. I promise, Coffee. And yeah, just stay tuned. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that I can get the video out by the end of this month. That is the goal, is the end of this month for the video. But I will be streaming again this month. That is a promise. Okay, Portobello and Coffee. I will be streaming again this month. So we'll see. I'll talk to you guys later. It was fun. You guys have a great night. Okay. All right, Coffee. We'll see. I'm gonna hold this against you when I stream again. Talk to you guys later. It was a great night. Thank you guys for watching and chatting with me.